Hello, hello. We are here. We are live. And we are about to start playing some D&D. Hello and welcome to Wrath the Godkin, the D&D campaign where we'll make you shimmer like a queen. Say hello to Ronnie, the bugbear fighter, Waylon, the human paladin, Kelken, the firbolg druid, Oz, the Kenku wizard, and Affinity, the tiefling bard. Our heroes are experts at getting themselves into trouble. But before they do exactly that, let's remind you viewers at home what happened previously on Wrath of the Godkin. Last time the party paid off their debts, donated their gold statue to the city, and bought some Tequicil mailbirds. The party spoke with the city council about starting a tournament to vet elite guards for a new force called the Fire Guard to replace the old guard. Finn and Kel infiltrated the dirt pile to steal Eric's garage door opener. Dr. Wilder is headed to Grand Haven to testify about the strange readings she got from Eddie the cat. The party invited their sidekicks to join their new adventuring guild, and Finn apologized to Wei for having a dad that tried to kill him. But Wei declined to tell her about his new blood-drinking habit. We are still at the Squawking Sailor right now. It's about 6 p.m. on Summerfire 3 AMP, aka Wednesday, and the party is enjoying some rustic revelry at the Squawking Sailor. Finn and Wei, you're seated at the bar together. Everyone else is hanging out in the main area. It's still early evening, so there's no real impetus to do anything right now. You guys are just chilling in Jarek spawn. One thing that does happen after a while, Oz, what are you doing while everyone else is getting hammered in this area?
Oz is probably trying to figure out some other fun drink he can have.
And Tavian will
Even
help
if
Ronnie's
it's
you.
not
not
on the
gonna
menu.
Tavian has actually a specialty drink that he makes for himself. You've seen it. It has a lot of crazy straws, pink ice cream. It looks like something he only makes for himself. He can see you eyeing it, and he pulls it away. It might take some special finagling in order to get him to make one for you, but it does look pretty tempting.
I don't even need the ice cream. Just give me one of the straws.
He looks at you suspiciously. Make a persuasion check. he pulls it away and grabs a bunch of his crazy straws from behind the counter and jams them into his pockets as if to say mine. And then he without breaking eye contact makes his way back into the kitchen. Suddenly you find yourself forlorn.
Oz never breaks eye contact with the crazy straws until they are behind another wall. I'm gonna get one of those.
As you are considering other ways to imbibe something sweet and fruity, the door bursts open, and a Tequicil flies in carrying a small satchel. It drops it off in front of you, Oz, and then flies away.
Is Oz able to offer the bird a snack, given that they're in a food place before it leaves?
Roll animal handling to see if you can get its attention. It seems like it's on mail delivery mission mode. It does not give you the time of day, hitting you gently with its feathers as it flies away.
Oh, okay.
You do still have
Oswald.
the other birds nearby. They have been staked out on a nearby coat rack as if it is their perch. Small piles of bird duty accumulating at the bottom. As soon as they get the scent of something they like, they all flutter over to you and start landing on your head and shoulders. Clearly, whatever's in this sack is of interest to these baby Tequicils or fledgling Tequicils.
Oz will investigate the parcel. Is it marked to anyone in particular?
No, but you get the sense that just from the way the birds are looking at it, it's probably from the postman. You see a full folded up note with official post office stationery that says, "I forgot to give you this," from Postman Steve, which is apparently the old guy's name. Inside the bag is what appears to be large, like walnut like seeds. The bird's eyes widen as they see them. The note says, this is a bag full of 12 gumbo seeds. Remember to feed each bird one per day.
Oh, only one.
You look at the birds, and they have big, hungry eyes, as if to say, only one? Why stop there?
Oz looks at the bag. I should figure out what this bag costs before I feed you all of them.
They
Ronnie
look
was
hungry
about
and
to do
disappointed.
something and goes, great. Good. Wow. He's really learning.
You just spent so much gold.
Inspect, if you'd like to, you can inspect the seeds to see if you have any knowledge of them. Ronnie or Oz, you can do a nature check on them.
I'll roll, but I don't know why Oz would know this.
Well, you are a wizard, and you have done a lot of reading in your spare time to get your powers. And
Sorry, what did you say I could roll?
Nature.
Nature. Oh, it's worse than Oz's.
Yep, 14 and 12. With 14, though, Oz has some basic understanding. The name rings a bell more than the shape of them. You have heard that these are relatively rare. Well, that's not to say they're not rare where they're from, but they're definitely an import because they only grow in certain climates. These things are imported from the southern continent, and yeah, that means they are probably a specialty thing that might be a little bit pricier than normal birdseed.
I am so glad that my cat just feeds itself.
Oz, make a dexterity save, please.
Oh no.
You
It is
failed.
not Oz's day.
As you're
Can I give
considering,
the help action because I was watching to make sure Oz didn't immediately feed them all to the birds on purpose?
I mean, even with a 13, it still wouldn't have done it. The birds are already sticking their heads into the bag, each of them choking down one of these seeds. You now have time to try to pull the bag away and close it, but it might be a little too late to try to stop them from feeding themselves for the day.
That's fine. But if Oz doesn't, I will try to pull it away for the day.
All right.
Oz will surprise you the bag away.
Oz, if you would be so kind, Al, to create like a gumbo seed tracker on your sheet, so you can see how many you have and how many you need to keep these birds going. You're currently at 9 remaining. They've been fed for the day. But yeah, even just doing basic math, you realize it'll probably be a good idea to secure some sort of regular trade route for these things. That way they can just be delivered to your house, where the birds will no doubt stay, and you don't have to worry about scrounging and mailing them back or whatever. But yeah, Oz is finally getting faced with some pet ownership of non-magical self-care pets, like you said. Eddie takes care of himself. God knows what or who he eats. But for now, the owning of tequicils, yeah, you're starting to realize these things might be a bit more like tropical fish than a standard parakeet, maybe requiring special care. And you consider this, but, you know, the other part of you is saying, it's probably going to be okay. Whatever.
What if we could grow these? Oz is looking around for Kel.
Kel's going to
Can I
take a look
do-
at them, and he's going to... Let me pull up his sheet and see how much he knows. I feel like he would have advantage here on such a roll.
Even if I don't know the like exact thing, can I like based on like okay the climate do a survival check to see how easy it
Well,
would
you
be
just
to
did
do
a
here?
nature check and you biffed it, so I don't know. Can you?
I know, that's why I'm asking you, can I do a different thing
Can I do a different thing that lets me win?
that I'm better
okay?
at? I don't
No,
see what's
you
confusing
don't know
there.
nothing about these. That's what I decided from that 12. That's what I think.
I don't know.
All right, so let's see. Kel is going to roll with advantage on nature to see how much he knows about these. 16. He knows for a fact that these things are not easy to grow in their outside of their native soil, but he imagines that with the power of the greenhouse that you guys have just acquired, there might be equipment in there or equipment it could be outfitted with so that you could grow your own and have a self-sustaining plot of them. But it might take a little bit of doing to get it up and running.
I mean, if these birds run the entirety of the mail service for like the known area, then like there has to be a steady supply grown somewhere. Right?
Kel's gonna suggest, well, it's a port city too, and it could be because mail service might be operated, or at least have some sort of relationship with mail from Grand Haven. It's possible that either they found a way to cultivate them in Grand Haven, or Grand Haven has such a steady supply of them because of the mail service on the island that it's able to make a trade route here. Regardless, it seems like Kel's going to suggest that you're probably right, that you should be able to buy them in the city, meaning here. And if you can't find them, you know, it's likely that the postman will probably know where to buy more.
Okay. Worst case, we send one of the birds south on a mission to find more.
All right, so with that in mind, does anyone have anything else they'd like to do for the rest of the evening?
At some point. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you go first. Mine's silly.
At some point, Wei is probably going to give Ronnie an apology root beer float instead of an alcoholic beverage. He'll probably also have one, and that's got like obscene amounts of vodka shots in it.
Are you
Yeah.
Are you making one out of what Tavian's made? Like, are you taking one of Tavian's pre-made drinks for himself and giving it to Ronnie? Or are you asking him to make something special for you guys?
Yeah, I think Wei's gonna walk up and be like, hey Tavian, got anything non-alcoholic? I need an apology drink for Ronnie, and they don't want to partake in shots anymore.
Oh, I see. Looks like you've messed up again, and I have to save you. He starts making what looks to be a very elaborate and elevated root beer float with like one of those what are those like little, I think it's like a cinnamon roll thing that sticks out the top of it, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's not a cinnamon roll.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
one of those chocolate wafer tube cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
It looks really nice, and yeah, you're able to grab a couple shots and put them in yours as well. No telling what this might do to your stomach between the mixture of milk chocolate and rum, but it's gonna be a good night regardless. Yeah,
That's
you
a
bring.
future Wayland problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's a tonight's toilet problem. You
The
you
mimic
bring them
toilet?
over to Ronnie.
Hi,
Uh,
is everything all right?
he extends out like, you want this one? Mine has a lot of rum.
What? What is this? Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's so thoughtful.
Sorry about earlier. That was really fucking fun though.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say thank you. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad.
What thing are you
We
apologizing for specifically?
Getting Ronnie drunk and making them yarf in the bar.
Well, you kind of made everyone yarf in the bar, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah.
regardless, it things seem fine now and good and good. They seem good now. I think Roddy will cheers you with this
Oh yeah.
beverage. That then they will grimace because it makes their teeth hurt because it's an absolutely insane thing to drink.
Oh
Like,
man, you should taste mine.
is it less sweet?
Oh no. The rum is. This is like a candy shop in my mouth.
Thank you. I'm gonna savor this. Thank you.
Way salutes and then like melts into the crowd behind him.
Way, make a con save to see how your stomach does with this thing you've consumed. You're fine. You feel a bit of a rumble, but you're like, okay, I can, I can manage this. I'm an adult.
Pace myself.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Anybody else have anything else they want to do tonight before we move on?
Move
So,
on to the bazaar or move on to the next day?
I mean, yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I don't have any events planned for Jarek Spawn specifically besides what you've set in motion, which is the what do you call it? This sort of wrestling contest for the holiday.
Right.
So, and you guys just sort of
Pretty
invented that last
to run
session.
to the bazaar to get some platinum rings. So they were going to do that when they went to the bazaar later for our free drinks, if that's when we're doing that.
Oh, right, yeah. You still have more drinking to do elsewhere. So
there was a mention, sorry, of a guy with a camera. Was that at the bazaar or was that here?
that was at the bazaar, right? That someone was taking photos. It definitely wasn't here.
Okay, yeah. I want that camera. So can I go and find that guy?
You can certainly try.
Awesome.
Okay, so that means that both Ronnie and Finn are headed to the Seafair Bazaar. Does anyone else want to join them, or do you want to stay and hang out here? Yeah, up to you guys.
If possible, I think Ronnie would love to go there a little ahead of the group because they don't. People were saying some wild stuff before, and they want to get in there before it gets crowded, so they can just get their shopping done.
Right. Well, no, yeah, I was thinking like it's still. I mean, I don't know. You got swarmed last time, so you've got that in mind. In order to get through and do your shopping in peace, you might need to be stealthy about it. Finn definitely wants to go to the same place as you because that's where she last sighted the camera person. So you guys can go on a duo mission to the Seafair Bazaar should you wish to, and anyone else can go as if possible. But yeah, you do recognize that there is an obstacle to your ring buying, which is, the crowds that seem to swarm you whenever you're in a big public place.
I can make you a mustache.
Do you want me to be distraction? I can.
I wasn't worried about it until you all indicated that maybe I needed to be worried about it. I just wanted to go buy things before, we sort of told people to meet us there. And I wanted to do this before they all got there.
I mean, a little extra cover doesn't hurt since, the whole mayor thing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not trying to get away from you. I just want to interrupt you, and I just had a thing. The one small thing. I could go maybe during the time we're there, but I don't. Yeah, sure, fine. Okay. Whoever wants to, I'll just go now. Yeah, and Ronnie heads off, and I guess sees who follows.
I can join.
Yeah, we're already going to the same spot.
Okay, so you three and Oz is staying behind
Are
with
we
Kel?
leaving Oz and Kel?
Yeah,
Kel-
Oz is just sitting behind with Kel plotting how they're going to grow this exotic tree.
Oh yeah, and
All right.
and Oz, if you want to go with Kel to try to find a merchant who can sell these amongst the not in the Seafair Bazaar, but amongst the stalls in front of it, you can also do that too if that's on your agenda. But you don't have to. But that is an option while everyone else is doing something else.
Yeah, we should probably figure out where to buy more of these in the meantime.
Okay, so you and Kel are going to go off and do that. The other three are going to go to the Seafair Bazaar. As you guys are heading towards the thought that you could get swarmed again is buzzing. You do know that there are a few entrances to this place, the front and the back being the main entrances. There's also sideways, like you slipped through previously, sort of by the bunks on one side, and there's probably other such exits and entrances on what would be considered the right side if you were facing the open fish mouth at the front. So those are all options, how you want to approach this, Ronnie.
I don't think that they are like hyper trying to be like subterfuge, but they are probably like maybe not the main door. We'll go in like one of the back ways. Isn't that where? Wait, didn't you say the princess guy was back there anyway?
Yeah, he's right there. It's the sign that's covered in rhinestones. You can't miss it.
Great. I think.
Also,
Oh, go ahead.
hypothetically, what if Mayor Ronnie did make an appearance at the main gate?
No.
No.
way.
Not you. Not you.
No.
May
I
and then
know,
he points
and not you.
to himself.
No.
Mayor Ronnie.
Wait,
Slightly
and
shorter
Finn?
Mayor Ronnie.
I want to say
Yes.
this in that same like sort of vein as that gif of like, and you should know this too. Way looks at Finn, and Finn, neither of you have my consent to impersonate me, except in life-threatening circumstances. Is that clear?
Okay. I can
Sure.
also just tell them, I don't know, maybe you're at Yoho Chateau or you're at Cracker Jacks? What was the name of
Sure, I'm
the
not going to
cabaret?
try to stop you from lying. That would be it, but
Fool's
please-
errand, I assure you.
Please don't impersonate me if it is not necessary.
So does that count like secret twin sibling or just
I don't have
to
any
clarify?
siblings.
Right. So that's a no.
So it wouldn't make any sense. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Ronnie does a big sigh. Thank you both. I really appreciate your friendship.
Do you?
Do you? All right. So
one day we'll figure out a time, but it will be different than this day.
So Ronnie, your plan is to sneak in. Do you want to sneak in? Can you see where I'm pinging on the map? There's the tail of the fish. There's also an alcove here where I think Wei or someone else had a quiet conversation or knocked someone out earlier. You haven't been through that way, but that is closest to where the shop is, according to what Wei tells you. The back right path is also viable, but it's probably more crowded and less discreet. So those are your main stealth options.
I think I'll say if Wei has told me about the closest one to the shop, that's what I'll go for. And I will say, like, I appreciate your offer to cause a distraction. If you think that that's necessary, it seems a little overblown, but if it feels necessary, or if you might have fun, please feel free. If you want to tell them I'll be there shortly, and they gulp real big. Do a shot with you.
What?
And anyone.
What?
Heresy.
You can do that, but I just need to slip in and do some shopping before anything else happens. Thank you for telling me about the side door.
Where are you guys at right now, by the way?
Probably like behind the fish.
Okay. So you
guys next to the fish cloaca.
Like, I was going to go in the regular back door, and then Wei was like, there's a better way. There's like a much closer that goes right to the jewelry store.
So you guys are...
And that's when I was like, okay, you can have your weird fun making fun of me as well.
I would never. Not to strangers.
Ronnie was about to say, you do it to my face, and I think is oddly touched by that addendum. Thank you.
So at this point, you guys are sort of like by Yorkus's house, and by whatever this mill is. That is like, it's like an old mill basically. It's unclear. It looks like it's still in use, but it looks like run down. And I'm sorry, which did you choose? You chose the one that is
the side one that Wei said was closest to the ring store.
And Finn and Wei, are you going with Ronnie or are you going to split up?
No, I'm on a mission.
I want that shot.
So
yes, Ronnie did not drink the milkshake.
Right.
Just in case you try to get me on lactose later.
No. Okay, so Wei, you're causing a distraction at the front, did you say?
I think he's just gonna go. Yeah, I think I might circle ahead to the front of the fish, and what his distraction is, I think he's like kind of gearing up, and he's like, "All right, somebody buy me a drink, and I'm gonna tell you the legends of Mayor Ronnie right here, right now, one time only."
Okay.
Ronnie can't hear this and is like, they're such good friends.
So you're inside the fish mouth right now, right? You're
yes.
inside the venue. Okay. So are you with him, Finn?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just walking in, but like we'll quickly veer off.
Right.
To look for the crammer man.
So that means that I'm gonna need a performance check from Wei to see if you can draw a crowd. All right, you got a couple eyes on you with the 13, but people are starting to get loud and drunk. It's not just the crowd from earlier. It's been a little bit of time now, and it looks like it's the regular crowd, but some people, like a bunch of kids and a couple ladies from the town who are curious about gossip come by, and then just like one really surly looking drunk sidles up to you and puts his hand on your shoulder, getting like too close so you can smell the beer on his breath. And he's like, "Yeah, you telling me about Robbie."
Have I got a goddamn story for you? Do you want to hear about the time that Ronnie took down a goddamn dinosaur single-handedly?
Make a deception check. Wait, no, that happened, kind of. Well, not single-handed.
Kind of.
Kinda.
Not single-handedly. They don't need to know
Ronnie
that.
would be the
Natural
first to say
20
that it was not
deception.
single-handed.
Natural
Yeah.
That was
with
thanks to
a
the power of
32.
teamwork and friendship.
You got a 32 on that roll with a natural 20 plus 12. Everybody turns their heads.
My God.
Did you say a dinosaur? A bunch of the regulars start coming over and just crowding around to hear this. Like, obviously, could be a fish story, could be just some random gossip, but suddenly they're all very engaged with what you're saying.
And not some stupid little T-Rex or Velociraptors. No. Bullshit. Fucking Spinosaurus. Totally did not forget the word for a second there. This thing, half the size of the Seafarer's Bazaar. Shit you not, I was there. And he's just like totally going on a fisherman's tale of the harrowing tale of the Spinosaurus, but making it 10 times worse. Ronnie, 1,000,000 times more amazing.
But how did Ronnie do it? Says a kid pulling at your pants.
It was there that Ronnie tamed Kelk and rode him into battle for the first time. It was beautiful. Wielding a hammer. It was a hammer. 1 foot on Kelk's head. 1 foot balancing on his back. The antlers stabbed into its guts. Hammer smashes its teeth out of its skull. It was messy. It was graphic.
People
But
are
it was
getting
awesome.
people are getting really into it. Even the kids seem to love the violent parts, which is problematic, but that's for another day. And yeah, the crowd keeps growing and growing as you tell this story. You hear two of the gossips in town look at each other, and one says, "What's kelk?" And the other's like, "I don't know. I think he means elk. It must be a speech impediment." And then they just go back to the story as you continue to gather a crowd. It's one of those like self-propelling crowds too, where it's like at some point the people who aren't interested see that they're missing out on something, and then it's FOMO, so they all start crowding around. Meanwhile, Ronnie, you are at the side entrance. There's like basically a bunch of hanging tent drapery. This is where Wei said to go, but there isn't an obvious opening. Would you like to inspect this thing and investigate it to try to see if you can find a way in?
Yeah, I think knowing if they fail, they'll probably just embarrass themselves, like smooshing alongside of a curtain. But is there any like visible footpath of where people have been coming and going?
It doesn't seem obvious, but you think what Wei meant was that it seems like you could probably find an opening in these things, in these like connections, sort of like the way a curtain on stage meets.
Like a theater curtain.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like hoping that maybe there was, there's a path in the grass and I can see. So no, they'll just try to figure it out and like sort of run their hands along as they walk along it systematically.
Yeah, there is basically is a small alcove that looks like it's boxed off, but you can actually just leap over or shimmy between a couple boxes, and you're basically in like a 3/4 blocked by refuse and junk boxes all around. So you've got a little bit of cover here, and you're able to, outside of most people's line of sight, unless a passerby was really looking for you, which doesn't seem to be the case right now. You're sort of going unnoticed because no one's like announced you except for way up front. He is stealing focus rather successfully. So please make an investigation along this thing to see if you can just find a way to get through. Two. This curtain is confounding you. It is
Can I
impenetrable.
just try to go under it?
You can certainly try. All right, it seems to be nailed down, like the edges of it are nailed down in key places. However, you are a bugbear who can squeeze under tight things like a cat. So please give me a dexterity, I guess a dexterity save as you try to shimmy through it. Okay, yeah, you just barely it managed to squeeze under it. It is not a tight or comfortable thing, and some of your armor does get snagged on it, and you end up scraping your hands for 3
This is the
bludgeoning
perfect,
damage.
I think, cutting between Way's weird lies and Ronnie being like, ow, ow, ow.
Of course, shopping is the thing that hurts Ronnie the most.
So yeah, you do take
Shopping
some
in
scraping
public.
damage for 3, but you do find yourself inside and suddenly in front of a tent within the tent that has an unremarkable sign that just says Loni.
Is it covered in rhinestones?
Is that established?
Oh,
Well.
I mean, not by you.
I said something about rhinestones.
Okay, sure, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie goes in, or knocks, and then waits a beat, and then goes in.
It's an open flap, so you don't need to knock. As soon as you do,
Ronnie tries to knock on the flap, and it doesn't work well.
Yeah, it just sort of flaps, and you are greeted by a so tall Goliath that he can't really stand up fully in this tent, and he points at you. You look like you're in need of shimmering like a queen.
Thank you. I actually just came by to get. I need they like refer to like a piece of parchment, 2 platinum. Maybe call it 3 just for safety's sake. Platinum rings, please.
How dull and predictable.
My friend said that you have. Pardon?
It's just I just sold some of these. I was hoping to do a full makeover type thing.
Oh yes, my friend said recommended you, and so that's why. You want?
He brings
what
out
is a
the same
makeover?
tray that he brought. What did you say? You're interested in the makeover?
Let me get these rings first, please.
Yeah, he sells you 3 rings. It's 50 gold a piece.
Yeah. What is a makeover?
Do you mean conceptually, or what is my makeover?
I maybe both.
I see. You're like me. He puts his hand, it's this giant, like, menacing hand on your shoulder. But you get the sense that even though this puts your fight or flight at full alert, this guy who doesn't seem to be very good at being, like, comforting is trying his best. And he looks down. A makeover, in the traditional sense, is when someone is given a new fashion style or makeup style or hairstyle that changes how people conceive of them in a public sense. And it can sometimes inspire inner confidence. But for me, it's more than that! You don't need to paint yourself up like a common clown to feel better. You simply need to adorn yourself with finery! And as he shakes his hand, somehow you are like wearing a tiara and have like dangling earrings, clip-ons attached to your ears. He has somehow quickly adorned you with all this stuff, then pulls a mirror around to you. You look cool, but super ostentatious. Like, it's clearly very extravagant stuff, but you look like someone cosplaying as like a sultan, basically. There! Now you see your true glory. You will shimmer like a queen every night and day.
You have a gift. This is... Well, I wouldn't have thought myself to be able to look like this.
Well, not everyone can afford such finery, but for the mayor, of course, you deserve it.
What?
Ha! Word is told of the noble and loyal Mayor Ronnie, who destroys all that oppose them. I've even heard word through the grapevine just recently that you single-handedly killed a Spinosaurus.
How? Whoa. That was so recent. Also, Ronnie's still like maybe brushing like dirt off their hands from crawling out of the tent. Yeah, right.
Ronnie, make a wisdom save real quick. You can.
All right.
You're at first. You're like, how? What? How did? But Wei is so loud, you can literally hear him yelling about the Spinosaurus from here. Like it's not like word had to travel. It's from the source. He's just that loud.
From straight from the source.
Yeah, Wei. What are you
Its
currently?
jaws.
What are you currently from its jaws? The hero bugbear. Roddy's your ears flatten back. You're like typical.
I am appreciative of your skill. They start sort of delicately taking things off and like setting them down politely. I appreciate adornments that have personal meaning. But I'm a fairly simple person myself. But I would have to discuss this with the guild, but and I'm sure we could not compensate you to the level you are accustomed. But if you would consider joining or consulting for the Sahula Guild as a master of disguise.
he turns wait, a master of disguise? Interesting. Like the movie. The Turtle Club. He turns to the camera
really
and
hard.
is like, "Is this an offer by a main character to become one of the recurring cast? I'll have to take this seriously." He folds his hands like he's on Shark Tank and looks back to you. I should have known. You're as frugal as they say. Of course, someone who lived a hard life like I once did. You wouldn't be interested in such garish refinery. I have something special for you. Something that fits your adventurous spirit.
There's nothing garish about adornment. It is simply not to my style.
Of course, not to your standard, not to your liking. I have something better.
That's not what I said.
He ignores you and goes over and opens, and he takes like a small key that's like around his neck, and he takes it off and he puts it into a small end table. And as soon as he like tilts the lock, like not even like moving the end table very much, but the end table starts to like shudder as if something is living within it. And he like slaps the wood of it as if to say quiet down, and it stops. And then he like continues unlocking it and then opens it. And then inside you see like a small silk cloth that's like tan. And he brings it over to you. There's clearly something concealed inside. And he pulls it open gently. And he reveals to you what looks like a gemstone in the shape of an eye, like a ruby, like a dark, bloody looking ruby that is in the shape of some sort of eldritch eye. He says, "Behold, the eye of Havrax! Truly a gift that only Mayor Ronnie could appreciate, due to the dark and cursed nature looming within."
Why is it dark? What is it? What is this?
Ronnie, make an intelligence save.
Fuck me.
You've never heard of Havrax, and you don't know why anyone would want his eye. But just looking at this thing, this is clearly like some sort of cursed ancient relic. At an initial glance, you don't seem to detect any like joke or insincerity in his voice as he gestures this to you. Of course, a heart so pure and noble as yourself would have known nothing of Havrax and his dark ways. But I have heard his legends, having escaped from his cult once before. This is what I took with me when I escaped. A powerful relic, capable of unknown deeds. I can let you have it for a mere 1,500 gold.
Can I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Sure.
I do so.
Okay. So.
Do you want me to throw it in the thing?
Yeah, I want to see exactly what. Okay, there's no there's not like a being living within this thing that would ping if one of those creatures would
Would you say that this object has been magically consecrated or desecrated?
It certainly hasn't been consecrated, and it hasn't been desecrated in such a way that it is no longer usable, but it is clearly like deeply cursed. Even the way he's holding it without touching the there's no implication here that there is like any sort of benevolent magic within this thing. It would take an inspection. I would take an Arcana check to perceive more of this thing's nature. But you get from your cleric vibes, you get that this thing is bad vibes. Like so bad vibes. Lonai probably shouldn't have it. Like, not that you don't trust him, but it can't be good for him.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where Ronnie was like, "Are you trying to upsell me some weird little trinket that's creepy looking, or is this bad news?" This is Ronnie panicking slightly, looking around for any of their party with charisma. Powerful. And
Ronnie, I will say that something else happened during your Detect Evil and Good, which is that you do notice that the table itself has been consecrated, the end table that he pulled it out of, as if that was in some way like acting as a safe against it, you know? So
you're asking how much for it?
A mere 1,500 gold, because of its dark and eldritch magic.
What is it capable of?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just know that they worshipped it at the cult. It was said to be a direct link to Havrax.
What were you doing in a cult to Havrax? No judgment, just are you all right?
My parents, they were deserters of our herd. Goliaths, we tend to live in barren places, remote places, keep to ourselves. I'm sorry, but I don't know much about my parents' life. Simply because when I was born, all I remember as a child is being part of the Half-Rax cult.
What? Ronnie puts I guess maybe for the first time in possibly their life, has to reach up to put a hand on someone's shoulder. I don't know how tall this guy is. I don't remember.
You guys are about the same height. He might have like an inch
All right,
on you.
then they just sort of look sort of like eye to eye, but like soft eyes. I'm sorry to hear that. If there's anything you want to tell me about being raised there, the cult, and how you got away,
well, I'd be happy to tell you more. No one really asks about my story. Something about my nature people find abrasive! He looks angry.
Ronnie sort of tries to pull him back down. I get it. Sometimes people feel that way about me.
He looks at you. He gets a strange look on his face. You can insight check him if you want.
Don't do this. Don't.
Ronnie's harem. It grows.
Yeah, you see him raising an eyebrow as if to say, "Are we vibing right now?"
We're totally. Ronnie tries to give a look that says we are totally friend vibing. Yes.
Wait, I have to make a wisdom to see if he.
I mean, you could have advantage on it or disadvantage or whatever, because there's no way Ronnie knows how to do that.
Right. Yeah, I think Ronnie is at least at this point of being mayor, at least understands how to deliver a platonic look of hope. Okay. Let's see what he's doing. He basically rolls a 7 on that with his +3 modifier. So he's not sure, but he's still hanging in there. He looks at you curiously and says, "First, you invite me to join your guild. Then, you ask personal questions. Mayor Ronnie, you must be honest. Is this a marriage proposal?"
No. What?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ha!
That.
You know my customs well. You must reject me once, twice, a third time, before the deed will be done. He takes your shoulder again with his massive palm.
Are we just holding shoulder? Like each of us has one hand?
Yeah. Look, we have even performed the Goliath circle bond.
But tell me of this cult.
Wait. He releases you and almost pushes you back behind him. Do you let him or do you resist this?
I guess I'll just sort of move with it. Like, okay, all right.
He moves you and it's a little awkward, but then you realize he's attempting to physically shield you as you look across the room and you see that the eye of Havrax is no longer on the cloth, but is just, you didn't see it move, but it is on the ground near the exit to the tent. He quickly grabs the cloth and slaps it atop of it and wraps it up as a hellish shrieking emits from it, and he shoves it back into the drawer and locks it. I forget how tricky it can be.
So now I actually have a lot more questions about the cult and now we don't have hands on shoulders anymore. And also about this item that you just tried to sell me. Could you just tell me what it is? I'm happy to take it off your hands and deal with it, but I need to know what's happening.
Havrax is one of the Dark Lords. It's said that he's well, a devil. But one of the demon lords. He lives on a different plane where demons come from. I honestly don't know that much about the details of all of that. I lived in the cult from when I was around 3 years old to around 15 years old. But it was only at the time when I was about 12 to 15 that I started to realize how bullshit it was, and how it was all just a matter of control. My parents went from good, well-meaning people, violent, sure, but they were hunters, to empty-headed devotees of this stupid Havraxian cult. This Eye of Havrax, well, it was at the center of the cult, their idol of worship. So I made a plan to one day break inside, using only my wits and strength, of course. Well, and I noticed that the leader of the cult, an old witch-like woman, kept a treasured diamond in her own bunk. I broke inside, took the diamond, and used it to smash the locks that guarded this idol. That's when I realized it was no normal object of worship, no votive statue, but a cursed relic. At that point, I realized it could be responsible for my parents' change in personality, so to speak. So, I took it and I ran, never looking back, hoping that they would not find me and retaliate against me, but also hoping that perhaps I saved them or give them some way to safety. It was years later that I began working as an appraiser of gems, using my natural curiosity about them and my gratefulness for the gem that allowed me to steal this Eye of Havrax away. But yes, a part of me was hoping that your intelligence and curiosity for the arcane would provide me with answers as to what it does, and perhaps put it somewhere safer than my little consecrated table.
When he says your intelligence, Ronnie just like puts a hand to their chin and just nods solemnly.
That
Yeah.
part checks out.
I think unfortunately they fully forgot and go again for a hand shoulder. That was incredibly brave for one as young as you are.
He immediately matches it
I
to
don't
create the love circle thing again.
I don't know if we can know now if your parents still live, but I feel surely
He
that you at
recoils.
least gave
What do you
them.
mean? Do you know something happened to them?
It's not what I said at all.
But I never thought that they were dead. I just thought they were still in the cult, or maybe had escaped.
Any of those could be true. I was going to say I am sure. I feel strongly that you have given them probably at least clarity, and whether they have escaped or remain there, they are more likely themselves.
Yes, that is some comfort. I hope that someday we can be reunited, but I fear that while I still have this artifact, I could be marked for death by the cult.
Where is this cult?
Hmm.
Whence hail you, friend?
Let me see where I can bring up the overworld map. Da, 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 da. I think his family is from Plantania and that they are. Oh, wait, let me pull up the map so everyone can see. Choo, choo, choo. Where is our dear sweets Do we not have the Plantania map as a map?
I've seen it. You've
I
shown
know
it to
you
us.
guys have seen it, but have we
No,
done...
I think you've shown it in the stream.
That's what I
During
thought,
the
too.
Ronnie debate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I said the wrong cardinal directions.
Oh, right.
Devastating.
Yeah, I feel like it should be in the Jarek spawn folder, but I don't see it. How do you clear the desktop?
You can just hold Alt Tab and you can see all the windows you have open.
No. I mean that thing where you move so you can see the desktop.
Isn't there the little bottom right of your screen next to the little clock? There's a show desktop button on Windows 10 and 11.
Well, regardless. No, I don't want to open Microsoft Word. Type. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is just create a new map for you guys.
Oh, wow.
I think Meowth is lonely. Please let me just be able to drag and drop this shit. Bum 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 bum. Meowth? You want in? You do? Shocker.
Let her in.
Fit
A
to
choice?
pitch. Let the wrong one in. Okay. You guys can see that. Oh, it's a little close. Okay. So I believe that that Lone Eye is from an area within the Zonia Mountains, within the relatively closed off sort of area here. Okay. I think that's where he is from. And so as a result of that, as he's describing this, and later when you check out your map, you would have some follow-up questions about, like, how did he go out? Isn't there, like, a big wall there in front of Zonia? Or, but then again, they're Goliaths. Maybe they had a path through the mountains. You're not sure how far in it was, but that's basically where he was from and around where the cult was located. Just FYI. Okay. Enough of that. Detour. Where were we?
I was in the middle of my doodle, no!
I commend your bravery in escaping, and if it is possible, I hope one day you and your parents are reunited, and if I can assist in that, I will.
He nods
Do you
gratefully.
want to keep this thing?
In all honesty, no. I was hoping the tales of your bravery were truthful, and that you might be able to figure out what I should do with it. I don't really trust very easily. but I know that everyone in town trusts you, and you seem to have measured up to their stories so far.
If you would entrust it to me, I will do what I can to
Very
lay this
well.
cult to rest.
For the mayor,
Okay.
1,400 gold.
Okay, I don't have that anymore. We've just started a business, and I'm not very liquid right now.
Then in my locked drawer it shall remain, until one brave enough to have 1,400 gold arrives.
Ronnie's sort of like, oh, like if I want to help you, but I'm not going to pay you money I don't have for a cursed item that you don't. So
I understand. A mayor must be wise as well as adventurous. He shakes your hand. Although our love match was not to be, it was still a pleasant conversation. Thank you for your empathy.
of course, thank you for the rings.
Aha, our second denial. He goes back down and sits. He sits and starts fumbling with some other jewelry. I shall make a new
Ronnie
piece
looks
that is worthy of your charm.
back and forth between the tent they crawled under and just like I guess the normal door, and is like, we're gonna go out. Do you mind if I just go this way to go out
An
of the
unconventional
door?
exit. How fitting.
No, I was gonna conventionally exit.
Ah, a
Oh,
conventional exit instead of an unconventional one. How unconventional.
Ronnie bows and leaves and like backs out of the door.
Make a dexterity save. You avoid bumping into a little old lady.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Eh? She turns up towards you and has one of those like cartoonish ear horns to hear you better. A little gnomish woman. What's that, Sonny? I didn't hear you. She seems to be looking
Ronnie says
directly
at
at your legs with not very sightful eyes.
Ronnie leans down all the way and doesn't yell, but just says at the same volume into the ear horn, "I beg your pardon, ma'am," and then moves out of the way.
Don't need to shout. I'm right here. He wanders away.
I thought she was going in there. Very well.
She appears to be walking in small concentric circles.
Ronnie just anxiously moves towards the main area.
Okay, we're gonna cut back in time a few minutes to what Finn was doing. Finn, you were as soon as Way started launching into the story, you broke off into the crowd. Please make a stealth check to see how well you are avoiding observation or notice right now.
Okay. If I'm not necessarily, well, no, yeah. Never mind. We are gonna be unnoticed now.
Natural one. You can't help
Yay.
but sort of make a you can't help but sort of get attention because Way is calling people in that direction, and some people recognize you as the friend of, the giant pink friend of Mayor Ronnie. Hard to miss.
Giant.
Well,
Alright.
compared to some of the shorties in this crowd. So you're not going very stealthily, but you are still able to get a good view of the crowd as you're getting bustled about by all these people who are crowding around Way. Would you like to do a perception or investigation check to see where this camera guy is?
Yeah, I'll do investigation.
Okay.
That's better.
He is, with the 21, he is nowhere in sight. You haven't seen him. He looks like a halfling. with sort of a page boy cap and curly hair and a green shirt. That's what you remember from him, and the camera strapped around his neck. He does not appear to be here at present. Last lead you had was that make a intelligence save, please, real quick, to see if you can remember any further details. Natural one.
No.
You have no
You
idea.
know?
And
God
so
damn.
you find yourself wandering over to the bar to sit down. You're immediately greeted with a mug of ale, courtesy of Gomer T. Dibble, the guy who runs the place, who's also on the council now and just paid you guys for the previous job with the Haunted Mansion. He's like, well, looks like you're catching in on some of those free drinks, huh? Here's your first one for starters.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Gomer. Have you seen little halfling kid boy man, green shirt with a camera?
When you mention the camera, he says, hey, yeah, I seem to remember someone matching that description here earlier today, right? He was seated at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You know,
Took some pics of Mayor Ronnie, I think.
some of our council debates don't always go in the favor of the merchants of town. I know you have friends with us and with Apothecary and some of the others. I was wondering if you're looking for information on one of my, one of my patrons. Maybe you could voice some support for the merchants, in exchange.
Oh, like publicly?
Well, next
Or
time you're
like
in a council meeting, maybe if the opportunity comes up. I can't see any particular thing in the future for now, but, in matters of settling the debts, maybe making sure things like that get resolved sooner rather than later. I know I definitely have had people run out on bar tabs now that the Firebeards aren't in control.
Oh, yes. Yeah, can do. Absolutely. She'll shake his hand.
As he does, his eye he smiles, his cheeks get rosy, and he's like, "Wonderful. Well, I don't know much about the man, not his name or anything like that, but he did strike me as someone with a bit of coin in his pocket, which leads me to believe he's probably staying at the Ritzy Hotel. You know, the Yoho Chateau."
How could I forget? So he doesn't live here. He's a guest?
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen a camera like that in town, except for the ones that the bank uses when they're looking at evidence. Chances are he probably shipped in from Grand Haven. That's usually where the latest tech is. Well, outside of the gnomish cities, of course.
Okay. I'll take it. Looks like I have an errand to run.
Okay.
She chugs the beer.
Do you want to take care of that now, or do you want to do it another time? Either way is fine.
I'll have one of our underlings take a peek, maybe.
Underlings? You don't mean Oz, do you?
No, one of our other furry animal friends, for sure.
Okay, what would you like to do now? Wei is still giving his
Hands-on
presentation.
experience.
If he's still yapping, I will maybe. Do I be evil or do I be nice? No. Maybe I'll just add some sparkles, some bardic.
Oh, to Wei?
Yeah, some zhuzh.
Okay. So, you give Wei bardic inspiration. Wei Please make another performance as you're going into a completely fictional story that you've completely made up about Ronnie's greatness. Okay,
And then it's a
use that bardic
D8.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, D8.
16.
What's an 18?
Oh, it is an 18. Well, great, no thank you.
With your 18, yeah, you are just killing it. You're just like telling this ridiculous story about how Ronnie fought the 7 dragons in a parallel dimension, and since it all happened in
Hey.
a parallel dimension, it didn't. There's no way of tracking evidence on it, so you guys probably wouldn't have heard of it. But it was amazing.
It could happen in the future. We haven't ruled it out. Maybe this was all a dream I had. Who's to say?
People are hanging on your every word, not even questioning the logical flaws in the story. That's such is the power of bardic inspiration. Sorry. So as you continue and go into your big finish, let's check in with Oz. Oz, you and Kel have scoured the markets for the past 20 minutes or so, and have eventually found a fruit and nut vendor who seems to have exotic imported fruits. You get the sense that he is Ruthie, what's the name of the snake folk that Astrid is?
Not Snurson.
Slytherin. Yes. It's Yuanti? I thought it was Yuan-Ti. I don't know. Well, regardless, it is a Yuan-Ti, a man who looks kind of like burly, and also like he's a spear fisherman, probably in the same sort of make and model as Astrid in terms of the career path and leading to Jarek-Spawn. But right now, it looks like they are selling imported goods, and they do have a nice stack of these nuts. Wait, what did I call the nuts?
Didn't you call
Gumbo
them gumbo
nuts?
seeds?
Yes, gumbo seeds.
Gumbo seeds.
Okay, so the gumbo seeds are in a big pile there. And Oz, did you bring the Tequicels with you, or did you leave them back at the inn with your stuff?
If they didn't fly off, they would still be perched on Oz.
Was that Millie or Midna?
That's Midna.
That's cute.
Aw.
Midna liked to yell.
Meowth was just scratching me as I was trying to focus. So you see a big pile of these things, and the Tequicels immediately perk up once again. Just get based on the shifting and the happy chirping on your shoulder, you get the sense that they may only require one of these seeds per day, but that does not stop their rampant gluttony.
Is Oz able to have a talk with these birds?
Yes, but you're going to want to roll animal handling right now to see if you can prevent them from leaping off you and just going straight for the food. Okay, 14. You grab one of them, but the other 2 jump onto the pile.
Is Kel able to help since he's right here?
Yeah, you definitely can. That makes sense. Kel is with you. Let me pull up his sheet real quick. Kel didn't want to interfere with you and your pets at first, but he is going to try to make a dex save to try to grab one or both of these guys. And he rolls an 18. So he actually manages to grab the other 2, which are now aggressively pecking at him. He is going to try to withstand this storm. I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if he takes damage from these packs. I feel bad because he's not here. Okay, wait, that was the bird's attack. What's Kel's AC?
It's not 18.
Yeah, I
He
think it's
did roll
lower.
good on Dex, though.
He did, but that was to grab the birds, not withstand their pecking fury. You ever had a bird like bite your finger? It's not great. It's not great. Okay, so
Sure, it doesn't feel great, but I didn't take damage.
I did. Pinching damage. It's a type. If it leads a bruise. Okay, so he's gonna take 4, an amazingly 4 piercing damage from this attack.
As the birds are biting Kel, is Oz able to sort of, stage whisper to these birds?
Yes, he can. The salesman is already like very shook by the fact that you guys clearly just stopped some birds from attacking his stuff. He's like putting a tarp over the nuts right now, but you guys are able to pull the birds away about like 20-15 feet or whatever, and have a talk with them. Kel's still holding onto the confident looking one that is biting him. Oz, you have hold of the derpy looking one, and Kel has both the confident and normal looking one. So yeah, he's holding them up for you to have your talk with them.
Okay, I need you guys to not steal the food, but act really sad and hungry. Just kind of, look real sad. If you can make noises, maybe whimper a little bit. Let's see if we can get these for cheap.
Okay, make an animal handling to see if you can somehow connote this to them, using your gestures and tone of voice.
He's trying.
15. Okay, for whatever reason, the derpy one seems to understand this innately and starts making his face like look really sad. It's so sincere that you're worried that he's actually sad and didn't fully understand that it was just supposed to be an act. But you move over. The other one, the normal looking one, seems to look like make his eyes big and look hungry. Once again, he doesn't look quite as sad, but you're wondering if he's just like you're accidentally teaching them perhaps how to get food from you. But the confident looking one just looks even more confident and keeps pecking at Kel. So it doesn't seem like you've reached him. So you might have to take a special watch on.
Not 2 out of 3 is good enough.
Okay, so would you like to approach this salesman?
Yes, still holding the very sad little derpy one. Oz will, quietly walk up to the salesperson. I'm sorry about my little bird friends. It's kind of hard to feed all of them. Do you maybe have food they could eat?
He looks at them with disgust. Wretched things. We have these where I'm from. They eat the harvest.
Well, these are wild ones. They're my pets. They're my friends, and they're really hungry.
Okay, make a persuasion roll.
I'm gonna use a luck point on this one. This feels important.
I don't think you need to, because I think it's with advantage because 2 of the birds look sad. So I'm going to say you don't have to, and I'm going to give you that 18. I was thinking about that as you rolled, and you did get 2 of the 3, so I feel like that does give you the advantage. Because even if the third one doesn't look sad and looks like a dick, Kel is the one who looks sad. And so he might empathize with the fact that Kel is currently getting his shit packed in by these birds.
Kel might get fed and not the birds.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He looks at the poor Furbolg getting packed, and he says, "Ah, I relate to this one. I understand the plight of the person who does not care for birds, yes, yet must be around them. Very well. We have plenty of seeds for you to enjoy. You find that he removes the tarp and the bird's eyes widen. You get the sense that you should still hold them back in this moment. But it seems that he's selling gumbo seeds for 10 gold apiece and a bag of 6 for 50 gold.
I I have 3 birds to feed. Do you have like a maybe larger bulk size for cheaper?
He thinks about this and he's like, perhaps we could set up an ongoing agreement like we have with the post office. Would you be interested in receiving seeds on a weekly basis?
It depends on how much it costs. Exotic pet care is not cheap.
Let's see. 3 birds. So you will need at least 21 seeds per week. Which would normally be about 210 gold per week. How long can I expect your business? Meaning, how long might this contract be for? If you are planning to keep up with it, then perhaps we can reach an agreement that benefits us both.
I have no idea.
Kel is going to
Oz,
do a wisdom check to see if he knows how long Tequicels live.
not how long it takes to grow one of the nut trees.
Oh, right. Now, his head's in a different place, but yeah, that is an option for you. So you might want to weigh that in if you're doing any long-term contracts with this guy. Actually, I think that would be an intelligence save, right? Either way, he's not sure, but if they're anything like parrots, you guys could be in the seed business for a long time.
I might have to go back home and think about this. Also, I just don't carry that much gold with me.
Very well. Well, I'm here every day. Until nightfall, at least. And it's getting to be about that time. Come see me tomorrow if you need something.
Alright, you might see me on the corner holding up a sign trying to get bird food.
Sounds good. He starts packing up his shot.
Right, Oz is going to start looking for alternatives, because that is way too much to feed 3 birds.
Okay. As you start to walk back, you see the post office guy, postman Steve, like locking up shop and waves to you. Have fun feeding
Oz
your
is
birds, he
going-
says, and he
No,
walks away
No, Oz is
whistling.
going to cut a clear path towards him. He is not letting him walk away.
What? What's all this?
How do you feed them? How do
I
you
gave
afford
you
to
the
feed them?
seeds. Well, they're subsidized by the post office. They give us plenty of feed.
How do we get that?
You mean a deal? Well, I suppose you could make an official post office stop at your place of residence or business. It's slightly more than a mailbox, and it would need an official postal worker like myself. Could be an added expense. But, of course, anyone who is willing to buy 3 Tequicils, they must be rolling in money. He just acts like he's going to walk away.
No. Where do you get them? Where do you supply these from?
What, the seeds?
Yes.
Well, I usually, I have an ongoing agreement with a Yuan Ti fellow who works at a stall nearby.
You pay those insane prices?
Like I said, because we're part of the official postal service, much of this is, they send me a stipend each month for specifically feeding the birds.
Oz seems to be thinking real heavily. What if we work together, find a person who will ship them here for a cheaper price, and then undercut that guy? We could work together on this and get him in bulk.
Well, honestly, I would love to save money on seeds. It's part of the reason I was so quick to offload those birds on you. It's not cheap having them. And the bigger the flock, well, I wasn't expecting one of ours to have chicks so soon, but, birds and bees and all that. He looks at you as you stare blankly at him. Maybe you don't. But regardless, sure, if you can find a supply route that's cheaper, of course I'll work with you.
But Oz walks off.
You said you just walked off?
Oz said bet and then walked
Well,
off.
bet. Okay. Okay. So, yes. So Kel's gonna look at you confused. Oz is gonna be like, so we're going to commandeer a ship and find more seeds? Is that the idea?
No, we got mailbirds. We'll figure out where people are growing them, and then send out a bunch of letters and see what they offer.
Oh, I see what you're
We
saying.
have 3 mailbirds. We can contact 3 people at once.
But Oz, isn't there the risk that if we send them to places where there's a bunch of these seeds, they'll just stay there and eat all the seeds? And then we get a bill for, a bunch of seeds they ate, along with the fact that they probably are going to roast and eat our tequicils?
I mean, I would imagine that if they're growing them, it's probably specifically for the mail service, because that seems to be the ones who mostly use it, so they probably have a way to protect them from the birds. Otherwise, that's just bad business.
Yeah, but what if the way to protect them from the birds is, killing the birds?
I would imagine it's probably very expensive to kill one of the male birds, and maybe a felony.
I guess you're right, but I feel like there's something we're missing here. But they're your pets. I'm in it to help you, regardless.
I mean, we could also ask around at the dock, see if anyone knows, any of the merchants know people who import these seeds.
Hey, that's an idea. We do have some fishermen and other folks. I mean, we know Edgar, who's got a boat, and we know the council, who works with the merchants on supply routes. Maybe we can go over that guy's head and, work something out with the council or something. And we did just give them a big statue. It's not exactly, for the betterment of the town, but, we deserve a win too, and we have been helping out a lot.
I mean, getting the seed supplied here for cheaper would be for the betterment of the town, because then that could make the post services cheaper.
True. Although the post services aren't that expensive to begin with. Regardless.
But they could be cheaper.
That's true. All right. Well, I'm down to go wherever you want to go.
I get it. Is it getting late? What time is it in the day?
It's been about an hour for each of you guys. Yeah, Way's been lecturing for an hour now at this point.
Yapping for an
hour.
So it is about 7 p.m. right now.
It's getting late, but that could also mean that there's, more people that aren't working anymore, just kind of hanging around the dock. Should we go find a party member that's better at talking to people?
Oh, I think you're great at talking to people, Oz. But if you mean better than me, then yeah, maybe we should ask Way or Finn.
Or we could just wander to the dock.
Yeah, I mean, we're already here. It's right there. I mean, how much trouble could we get in?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
They're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys walk towards the dock, past the just down the main like thoroughfare of the dock, and you see a lot of people like closing up shop for the day. Most of the ships that sell stuff or act as like little seafaring restaurants uh, are closed up for now. You do see a bunch of what look to be gruff, either pirates or fishermen, based on their toughness. It's kind of hard to tell, but they don't seem allied with the Firebeards through any obvious markings. But they're all sort of just like wrapping up ropes and cleaning up, like doing last looks at stuff along the dock, basically.
Oz still holding on to his bird. Don't know if they're still making the sad face. We'll just kind of yell up to them working on the ship. Hey, do you guys know if any of you guys out here import gumbo seeds?
One of them leaps off the rigging and comes down, the gangplank to you, and he's like, I'm one of the crewmen on the ship that brings them in.
Oh, hi. Um, do you have any? You say you're a crewman. Do you have some that we could talk to about like importing a large quantity of them?
That'd be the captain. I could go get him, but he's, well, knowing the captain, he's probably already drinking at Seafair Bazaar.
Oh, okay. What does he look like? I can go find him.
Well, he's a gnomish fella, about your height. Golden blonde hair. Long pointy ears. Very, very large hat. Almost as big as he is. Is Oz wearing the hat, his captain hat, right now?
He is not, but at the mention of hat, Oz will just quietly, with the arm that's not holding the bird, pull out his captain's hat and put it on.
Yeah,
A short
like
person
that.
with a hat. I could totally talk to him.
Yeah, you actually seem like you might have a lot in common. Oh yeah, Captain Reginald is his name.
All right, thank you. And Oz just, without another word, will just start skipping his way towards the Seafarers Bazaar.
The others are like talking to that guy. They're like, "Who is that?" He's like, "I don't know, some bird kid." They're like, "Bird kid? The bird kid?" It's like, "What are you talking about?" As you hear them arguing as you go.
No, I said a bird kid.
Yeah, I don't know from the. Okay. So you head towards the Seafair Bazaar with Kel in tow. Way, how is you're getting like you've really been killing it. You've basically done a full stand-up show about Mayor Ronnie, but even so, your voice is giving out. You're like at the end of your filibuster, and everyone else seems to be like waiting to see Mayor Ronnie, and it's starting to feel like it's a natural conclusion. How would you like to wrap this up?
I'm picturing this as being, I don't know if you immediately remember this, but the 30 Rock bit where Kelsey Grammer is doing the Abraham Lincoln bit to distract from Jenna and Kenneth hiding a body of a guy who's not dead. But yeah, I think at this point, Wei is talking about how Ronnie almost dies, and then he's like realizing he cannot keep pulling it. So the vibe that he's going with is like, and Ronnie almost died like this, and he falls dramatically on the table. He waits just long enough, and then he stands up and he says, "Thank you." One-time show, and then he'll go off and start free drinks.
Sorry. Could you make a final performance check?
Yes.
Okay. You receive 20 gold and 15 silver from people just throwing you tips.
Hell yeah.
So you're going over to the bar. Finn, are you still there, or did you are you waiting for Way, or did you want to move over to the Yoho Chateau or whatever?
Is the Yoho Chateau the fancy place?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle
You
back.
might at this point be able to see Ronnie making their way from the shops area. Your call if you wait or not.
Yeah.
All right. If Ronnie's back, yeah, I'll circle back to the cameraman. I believe in this being a thing I can do.
Okay, at this point, you guys the three of you sort of reconvene at the bar next to Affinity, and a few people see Mayor Ronnie and they start shaking Mayor Ronnie's hand and thanking them for their service fighting the Space Warriors.
Can I interrupt them and be like, sir, that is a great Ronnie cosplay. That is immaculate. I will say, there are a couple inaccuracies, but I love the effort and the energy. And I go and I shake Ronnie's hand too.
Oh boy, he's what is the strength? 12? Yeah.
Ronnie doesn't know what's going on, but is just super wide-eyed, and so is not saying anything right now.
Can I tattoo and be like, I'm helping you, I swear.
Okay, make an Arcana. Natural 20. Okay, it's very convincing. Wait, that means you don't have to roll anymore, right?
That
means you
Yes.
get it. Okay, so that's 3 people who've got it now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy to have you among us, but it is really funny when you can't do it. I think Ronnie is surprised to hear you come through so clearly, and sort of looks over a little awkwardly, but then looks away and is like, "Oh, you got it. All right, great, okay, thank you. What's happening?
Yeah,
Why are you how are you helping me? What's wrong?"
If I am helping you with a disguise right now, you're welcome.
Okay. Should we go? I thought you wanted to be here. Should I go? Can I go?
Yeah,
you know
Ray
where we
turns
haven't
to
been in a while is the Yoho Chateau.
Oh hell yeah, are we gonna go get that fancy bath and that nice shampoo?
I mean, don't we have some coin to spare?
Do we?
Hell yeah.
Still in tattoo. We probably should sit down with our books though and get things in order. We're likely to have a lot more expenses coming up with running this, and I'm not sure we should just spend things willy-nilly.
What's that? You're coming in fuzzy. Can't hear you.
He's just standing right next to Ron.
I think we need to clean out your ears, Finn. I think I know a place that can help with that.
Ronnie breathes on their tattoo and
In the
tries to rub it
tattoo?
off against. For example, in tattoo, I just met this fascinating jeweler. Way, thank you for recommending him.
Lona is awesome.
In a very cursed object that I think we should take off his hands, but he seems curiously unwilling to part with it without us buying it.
You want a cursed object?
You want to pay for a cursed object?
Well, I didn't want to pay for it, and I didn't, but I don't think we should just leave it. It seems very dangerous.
I can't just steal everything for you guys.
I don't think you should. That's still just shaking Way's hand. I don't think we should steal it. I think perhaps we could get a slightly better deal, but we can just pay him and then we'll deal with the curse. Right?
Why does he want us to pay him for it?
I don't know. That was my question, but he seems adamant.
All right, we're gonna take our 5-minute break right now, so we will be right back. But yeah, oh, I'm still off camera. I need to fix that. All right, we will be right back. No! I just fucking did it! No! At least I get to watch this insane motion sickness again. No! No, 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 no! No! I was still spamming jump!
What about now? It's time to rock with the bigger the to the bump to the bump to the bass, bump to the bump to the bump, bump to the bump to the bump to the bass, bump to the bump to the bump, bump to the bump to the bump to the bass, bump to the bump to the bump, bump to the bump to the bump to the bass, bump to the bump to the bump.
Man, this is a crazy long way. Eh? Oh, there's no timer either. What? It's sort of like how if I hear something that sounds like my grandmother's fingernails clawing on the glass outside my window, I get a little upset because that happened a lot when I was a kid. It's for dementia. But don't worry, they caught her eventually, so. It's a pretty mean little section there. Oh! 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 What the fuck? Ah! 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 You fucking asshole. They are not putting me back all this way. This is like 45 minutes of waiting. And then they put me in front of the spikes? God! Perfect! Is this a cheat on my wife minigame? Love fireworks and Ferris wheel. Oh my god. The lady needs a back massage. She will guide you.
A little bit right, a little bit down, a little bit right, a little bit down.
I'm gonna...
Right, a little bit down, a little bit right, a little bit down. Oh, just a tiny bit. Oh, just a tiny bit. There.
I'm not having an affair. I'm just giving a colleague a massage.
Ooh, you dirty old man.
What? Must win sex. I am the king of sex.
Oh, yes, you're the best.
Wow, the sex was so good she killed herself. Look behind you, you'll find a surprise. What? Of course. That's the price of his sin. It all makes sense, just like the Bible.
As a mosquito, there is something that you naturally have to do. You have to suck blood. You must suck and store away as much human blood as possible.
What the fuck
in
is
order to
this?
survive the winter.
By jumping over him, I can do anything I want. No. Haha! He's a better man than any human I've known. No! No! I was right there! I'm carrying too many items. Oh no, my arm! Where did it go? No! Oh, there it is. Okay. It's okay when the perverts of chat do it, but when you do it, it's wrong. Wait, is this actually happening? Oh my god! Wait! Wait, why? Why did her boobs grow? Oh, I found a new power. Check this out. Wow, wow. This is how I French kiss. Wow, 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 wow. Ah, oh, fuck. Oh yeah, that's cute.
Midna is a loud creature.
Aw.
I turned around in my chair to go get a snack, and my dog was laying fully with a bone lodged in his mouth, unable to get it out of his mouth. And I was like,
Oh
"Are
no.
you serious?"
Poor baby.
He's completely fine. He was just sitting there crying, and I was like, "What's wrong?"
He looking up sadly at you, just like a sequel.
He was ashamed.
The when I was a kid, I came home from school and I saw what I thought was blood coming from my dog's mouth. Like I was like she hadn't barked and I was like, "Oh my god. Something must be wrong." And I was home alone. I was so scared. Then I tried to open her mouth and I realized she couldn't open it. And so I pried it open and inside, glued between her jaws, was a full Pop-Tart. She had just chomped down on it. That wasn't
My
blood. It was
God.
strawberry filling. God knows how long that Pop-Tart had been in her
Mm,
mouth.
Oh my god.
fermenting
Classic
there.
what's in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Love
it was
that
it
game.
was the stickiness of the Pop-Tart jam that made it was like gluing her mouth shut.
This dog, I don't understand because he will fully like inhale a bone the size of his head into his mouth entirely, but then refuses to eat blueberries. I don't get it.
Dogs can't eat blueberries. They're too full of antioxidants.
Wow.
I used to live with a dog who, when she was a puppy, would love blueberries and would spit out the skins. Like Anna and I would find a little pile of blueberry skins like next to the couch.
Surgical.
How did you do it?
It's like a dog party trick.
Right. But also, like, she was just like, we would like be giving her, we would all three of us be eating blueberries, watching TV. And then she would take a blueberry and like lie down and eat it. And we're like, how cute. And then later there's just this little pile of skins.
Okay, so right now, you guys have reconvened. Wei is trying to convince people that this isn't Mayor Ronnie, but a Mayor Ronnie cosplayer. Okay, make a deception roll for that. 19. Okay, people are fully convinced that this is a Mayor Ronnie cosplayer, but unfortunate backfire. Now they're interested in shaking the hand and meeting the Mayor Ronnie cosplayer to tell the Mayor Ronnie cosplayer all the things they couldn't tell the real Mayor Ronnie out of shyness. Now Ronnie is being accosted by a room full of people, making a line like they are at a booth at Comic-Con. People are crying about how Mayor Ronnie saved their lives and saved the town. It's very nice and heartfelt, but it's also a bit much.
I'm gonna tattoo now that's a freebie to Ronnie, like, I know you said don't disguise self as Ronnie, but if I disguise as Bonnie, Ronnie's cosplayer. Does that count?
You can see every response on Ronnie's face, like really obviously, and they are pretty much the same faces that I just made, which was like confusion, skeptical, annoyed. I don't understand what that means, and I don't know if I trust you that it is good. Well, tattoos back. Why? What would that do? Why is this happening? Why is this different or better than what you thought was going to happen?
That's the real question.
We were worried about. You were worried about people surrounding you in the bazaar looking for Mayor Ronnie. I
just
the
wanted
need.
to be able to do my shopping, which I did.
Yeah.
I assumed we were going to hang out here and get the drinks like we told people we would do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Yo
Is it okay if
Chateau
I'm
has
here?
drinks too.
We told a lot of people in the town that we would be here.
We'll come back later when the excitement's died down a little bit.
Is a noise that Ronnie makes in your brains.
It'll be fine.
I think. Can I look around and can I just get a sense, like, is the crowd like this is like early regulars who are all already wasted, or is this all the people that we like told that we would meet here, or what? How's it looking?
It is a mixture of people who are looking forward to seeing and spending time with the Sahooligans and with Mayor Ronnie, and the normal regulars who are in here, and some random people who got swept in from outside just by the loudness of Way's charismatic storytelling.
Shouldn't we just be here for a little while publicly so that we can thank everyone and greet them and then we can go?
Well,
I don't
we want to look our best.
Do you not? Is this not how you all usually look?
You really want that shampoo, don't you?
Uh-huh.
What's it, Finn?
At this point, Oz and Kel come in at the opposite side of the room. And with a little bit of looking, you do see a gnome surrounded by other salty-looking pirates. Yeah, you also can, with being lifted up onto Kel's shoulders, you can see the party sitting at the bar sort of casually nearby as a bunch of people crowd around Mayor Ronnie, a common sight. So it's up to you if you want to talk to them or talk to this Captain Reginald first. But
Oh, Oz is gonna go see the party first.
okay. You meet up with the others. They are currently arguing about whether or not a cosplayer pretending to be Ronnie is better for the situation than a real Ronnie.
Be a second. Oz is gonna go see the captain instead. Oz does not want to deal with that.
Neither does Ronnie.
Okay.
I don't know if the party sees him, but he's just walking towards them, starts to hear their conversation, and just turns around and starts walking towards the captain.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that.
I was gonna say if Oz was just walking, probably not. But if Oz is on Cal, heart maybe.
Okay, so you head over to Captain Reginald, and he is mid-story, about a time where he negotiated for a better price on bananas by threatening to cut a dude's head off. The other pirates seem to laugh at this. It's unclear whether he's exaggerating for the sake of storytelling or this is actually something they find funny, but that's what you come up against when you first approach them.
Hey, you're Captain Reginald, right? Oz kind of adjusts his captain's hat.
He looks at you, not expecting. He looks up and then down, not expecting to see someone at his exact height. And he's like, fellow captain, which ship is yours?
My ship got sunk in the great battle with Nautilus.
Oh, sorry to hear it. Must slipped under the radar. I haven't heard tell of more than 2 ships being sunk. Oh well, I'll raise a toast to you. Did you just come over because our hats match, or do you have something to say?
Well, I had been hearing about you, and I'm always happy to see, a fellow captain, leading the reins of us shorter folk.
He nods. Yeah, it can be hard to commandeer respect when you're short of stature, but that's what it means when you become captain anyway. That you overcame certain height-based obstacles and proved to the world that you are a commanding individual.
Exactly. I find it works out even better. You gotta get people down on their knees to look you in the eye. You don't get up to look at them.
I like that attitude. Sometimes I stand atop a small stool when I'm orating. But you're right. They should all kneel to me. I am the captain, after all. A few of the crewmen nearby start grumbling about this. Says, hey, who's the captain here? You are captain. That's right, and don't you forget it. Come, join us, my young friend. We can tip back some brews and share stories of the sea.
Of course. Oz puts his tequila on his shoulder like a parrot.
Kel is still holding the other 2 that are still aggressively pecking him at this point. This is a fine bird you have. How are you?
Of course, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering how you care for it. I know those things can eat their way in seeds. We used to have one aboard the vessel and decided to get rid of it. Too expensive.
Oh, I know, the seeds have gotten so expensive. I've been trying to figure out other sources of where to get them, but it only seems like the one merchant has them, and I can't find anyone who'll import them. I've even worked with the post office to try to find someone.
Well, you might be speaking to the direct supplier. Or was that your plan all along?
I'd say happy coincidence.
Make a deception check. Natural 1. You smile at him so happily. He knows that
nope,
you're lying.
luck point. I hit the wrong
Luck
push
point.
to talk
Okay,
button.
okay,
Please,
okay.
luck point.
Luck point.
I couldn't figure out why everything was freaking out. I was holding tab instead of my push to talk.
Oh no!
Oh.
Six.
Oh no!
It's not a nat 1.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
not the
going to
nat
anger
1. The
him.
nat 1 would have been much worse. He looks at you like he knows you're lying, but he figures you're just trying to be charming. So he's like, All right. A happy coincidence it is. You can get the sense now that he's probably had some, although he's positioning himself in this conversation as an honest merchant, you can tell he probably has some piracy in his background. Just the company he keeps seems to be a little less than savory merchants. So he's going to put his hand on your shoulder and say, what say you and I find a way to keep your birds nice and happy? And then he looks to Kel. Wait, who's this? One of your crewmen?
Yeah, no, he's real good with the birds.
He looks at the birds packing him. He's like,
They
ha
peck
ha.
him and not me. That sounds good to me.
He laughs. Oh, that's right. Well, very well then. Let's say, what kind of deal are we looking at here? How many seeds do you need?
Well, I'm thinking if you can manage to bring them into bulk, then I've been talking with the post office and they need a cheaper supplier. You'd have the entire post office quite literally eating out of your hand.
Well, the idea is that we sell to him so he can be here all the time. That way we don't have to have one of our own men off ship watching a stall or something like that. Are you sure the post office could accommodate that many seeds in one place if we're just going to dump our entire load?
Well, I would have to talk with them, but this could be an opportunity for them too to mail them.
I do like the idea of screwing someone over. And that Yuan
That
Ti
is a great
guy
idea.
always seems like, I don't know, a little stuck up. Thinks he's a little bit too tall for his own britches, as they say. he looks at your own height, like looks you up and down, and is like, that's the proper height for a captain. I like
He
this.
seems much too enthusiastic to overcharge us.
Well, the thing is, if we do this, we will be screwing over the merchants. So, we're
Just
going
the
to.
one.
Well, yes and no. See, the ships in this town, previously under the Firebeards, everything went through them. But now, with things being a little up in the air, we've got an ongoing agreement. The salespeople, shop owners, talk directly to the traders and get their stock from them. Doing what we're doing is kind of frowned upon. If everyone in town ran straight to the ships as soon as they came to port, not only would it be a constant riot, but also it would screw over every merchant who lives and works hard in this town. I don't mind cutting a once in a while deal, but if the other merchants of town found out about this, they wouldn't be too happy. They might hold our ship accountable for breaking the tacit agreement.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that.
Me either, which is why we have to keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Well, I was also thinking, what if we could get a merchant of our own to sell them? We wouldn't be screwing over the Merchants Guild, we'd just be helping another one, gain a little bit more gold.
Oh, I see. So we create our own third-party merchant who's in our pocket. Start our own little black market, as it were. But where would we operate out of? Need to be somewhere secure, maybe like the Under Tavern, or some other place with a off-the-beaten-path availability. If you know any places that have, I don't know, underground rooms, or some sort of secret entrance, we might be able to operate a shop out of there.
I'll poke around, see what I can find, but if this is successful, then perhaps we could, push a little bit more into the exotic pet, feeding and goods.
Very well. We'll be in port for the next 2 days, but then we leave. So try to figure this out before then. Otherwise, it'll be business as usual.
All right, I'll talk to my people, see what we can figure out.
Very well. He shakes your hand.
Oz enthusiastically shakes his.
Cal's gonna turn to you. His finger's now bleeding from bird bites. Can we put these guys somewhere? I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. It's just I feel like I might need to use my hands for something later, and it might. I would like to keep them all those fingers intact.
You still have all your fingers intact.
He frowns, I guess.
All right, well, looks like the birds are tired and need to go to bed.
So yeah, you guys can figure out what you want to do next. With Oz, you can either tuck the birds away or make Kel tough it out and regroup with the others. What are you in the mood to do?
Oz will pull out one of his stale blueberry tarts and call the other birds over.
They all pop over.
He just feeds them little bits as he walks off towards the party.
You notice they immediately start spitting up the blueberry tarts and sticking their noses in the air. And then the boldest of the three is going to try to reach into your satchel of gumbo seeds and try to eat another one.
Oz will give it a little nip. Like, bird to bird, a no.
Okay, roll animal handling, please.
Does Oz get advantage because he is Burb?
I don't think in this circumstance, because he's reprimanding a spoiled child. It is going to try to attack you back. It's gonna roll a d20. 9. Okay, so it misses, even if it didn't have mage armor up. You managed to dodge as this thing starts flapping and trying to claw at you.
Can I roll dexterity to grab it with both hands?
Yeah. You can definitely try to do it. You can do sleight of hand to try to grab it. Okay.
He tried.
You definitely squish it, but it flaps away, and now it is leaving. It is going off somewhere into the city.
Oh, sounds like one less bird to worry about.
The other two birds look at each other in horror and then stiffen up as if to say, "Oh God, we are not." It's possible we're not long for this world unless we behave.
Oz, wait, real quick. Oz whispers into Normal One's ear, "That is going to be the brother I tell you about who left because he would not behave."
Oh my God. As where are you? You left the Seafair Bazaar, right?
He's walking towards the rest of the party.
Oh, he's
so
still
this other one is
inside.
just
Okay.
in the bazaar.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
like
pigeon
Captain
in an
Hat
airport.
Ozzy. This one's fun.
Okay, so yeah, you guys. So yeah, the bird immediately makes for the closest chimney and flies up it. Unlit chimney, of course, and it is off into the sky into God knows
The
where,
bird roasts itself.
leaving a rainbow trail of soot flying around the city. Like some cursed ho-oh.
Oz, still in the captain's hat, approaches the party. "All right, I got 2 bits of good news."
Hi, great. What is it?
Where's the third bird?
Like I said, I got 2 bits of good news.
Uh-huh.
1, I may possibly have a deal to get these things fed for less. Oh, also, it's 10 gold apiece for the nuts that these things need every day.
Holy shit.
I guess it's 2 bits of good news, 1 bit of bad news.
Some bad news.
The bad news is it's 10 gold per bird per day. Which leads me to one of the bits of good news. We have 2 birds now.
What happened to the other bird, Oz?
Oz just points at the chimney.
Oh my God, you roasted the bird.
I wouldn't do that. He wanted to be free.
From
An
this
interesting
world?
retelling.
No. He's flying around the city now. He chose that.
He's a baby, Oz. Babies can't choose things.
He chose that.
Why did we let you be a parent?
Go fly south. Go find
decision was
food.
this?
That's all right. That's all right for now. We can work on that later. Thank you, Oz, for the finding out about their feeding habits and needs. That's certainly something we'll need to work on. And thank you for looking into better options.
Wait. So Oz went and found cost of living expenses, and then points at Ronnie. And you went and found a cursed gem.
Cursed gem?
Ronnie tattoos to Way. That's tattoo talk. Way. Looking around at everyone coming up to cosplay a Ronnie.
Did you get the spicy one?
Loudly. Well, now that we're all here, looks confusedly at Way. Tattoo. Wait, am I here?
Wayne tattoos back. Dude, I'm the drunk one. What?
Okay, well, we said hi to folks, right? We can head over to the after party.
Did we say hi to everyone we needed to? We invited a lot of people, and I don't remember who all they were, but okay.
If we say hi to everyone here at the Seafarers Bazaar, we're not going to make the most of our...
Of our what?
Of our free drinks. Also, you and I, we need to do a shot. You promised.
Is that me? Am I here?
Two exes.
Ray will turn to Gomer.
Ronnie,
2 shots, please.
Brings down like a sad, like a dog who knows they're in trouble. No.
He gives you the shots. Okay, I'm gonna need a con save on these shots.
Can I give him puppy dog eyes to give me like a really easy shot?
he misinterprets this and gives you a double shots.
God damn it.
I will take the double shot. I know Ronnie.
You're a hero. What did you say, a con save?
Yeah, con saves to both of you. Way immediately starts choking on this double shot, already full of so much alcohol, and just like spits it up. Not even vomits, but just chokes and spits it everywhere. Gomer starts laughing at you. It's like, well, I guess it's cheaper if it all comes back up. I can just rebottle it.
Don't
Hell
do
yeah.
A bunch of people are laughing at Way now, and some are ordering shots so they can reenact it.
I mean, that's
okay. Way does finger guns to Gomer like this was our plan all along.
He shrugs and keeps pouring.
Alright, I got what I wanted out of this at night. Alright, we can go to Yoho.
Trust me, there will be more drinks there.
All right,
I'm gonna hold you to that.
As long as you're all I both in my notes and just in my mind, I'm trying to be like, I know we just like told lots of people to come here. Is there anyone that like isn't here yet that might be like pissy, like dirt pile people or anything like that?
No, you don't get the sense that probably as a result of your last interaction with Eric, he probably is not coming. You do see, as you guys are about to leave, you do see Yorkus and some of the other council members coming in to have a drink with you guys, but you guys are clearly on the way out. What? I just got here. He seems upset.
Dude, you missed the whole performance. I've been here for an hour.
He doesn't know what you're talking about, but he can tell you're drunk.
Don't worry, drinks are still on us. You guys have a great old time.
Very well. I suppose we can reconvene at the other place later.
Yes, I would love to hear how I feel like Ronnie's slightly being like pulled away. Yes, I would love to hear how the rest of the meeting went.
Allie is gonna put her arm around Wei and is gonna be like, "Woo! Where are we off to next?"
Yo-ho Chateau.
She pulls just a random carafe of wine off someone's table and just starts swigging it. Some guy's like, "Hey!" Then he watches her like down the whole thing with a bit of like impressness, and he's like, "Oh, well, whatever." She clearly wanted it more.
The weirdest version of survival of the fittest. Just like, all right, well, can't argue with that.
He comes up to her and he slaps her on the back. "Wowee! You're some kind of lady. I ain't never seen a chick down a full spittoon like that before." She looks up and looks horrified and then starts vomiting uncontrollably. "What? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to kill the moment." "Ah, spittoon? Oh, I thought it was a wine thingy. Why was it on the table?" "We were having a spitting contest. I thought you were here for that." "No, I just got here." "Oh, I'm just sorry." "Count me out. I need a chance to catch up with myself. Congo, fetch us some water, will you, love?" He grumbles and goes off to the bar. All right, so we're moving to Yoho Chateau next.
Sounds like it.
Aye.
Okay, as you guys make your way to Yoho Chateau, you come up with Usei, who is guarding the place as usual. At the sight of Mayor Ronnie, he sort of like blushes momentarily and then stiffens as if to say his posture, people. His posture stiffens, and he he clears his throat and says, "How can I help you, Mayor Ronnie and company?"
Usei, hello. It's good to see you.
It is.
Looks at Finn confusedly because they didn't know why we were coming here. We needed
Yeah.
to step inside briefly. We don't worry, we will not be staying. Of course, we are not. No
We paid
busting up
off
now.
our debt. Are we good to go? Go
Yeah,
inside.
just visiting a friend.
Oh, of course, I would never bar entry to the mayor. He opens the door and gestures for you inside.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
You-
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's supremely awkward.
At least the exact amount of time that we were all silent is the amount that Ronnie stands there being like, "Am I going in first? Like, who's?" All right, okay.
Finn's headed in immediately.
Ronnie melts a little in thankfulness. She'll be like, "All right, okay, we're going in. Okay, bye."
As you enter, you see I think it's Lissa? Yo-ho.
A host.
Yeah, Lystra Miston is her name. The Eladrin. Sir, I have told you many a time. Please, you must not. This is theft, you see? These are part of us. You are stealing from us. Unless you have an additional fee in perpetuity. She seems to be arguing with somebody. As you guys turn and look, it is Finn. You immediately clock that it is the guy with the camera, the halfling. This is preposterous. I'm merely using a new technology to take photographs of the paintings in here. But you see, there are paintings and they are one of a kind. If you take these so-called copies and you bring them to other places, that is theft. No, it's not. It's not theft. This is just a photograph. The original will always be here. No, this is ridiculous. I will not allow this. You must delete what is inside there. They're in a heated argument. One of the other employees is going to greet you as you come in. Looks to be either just a clerk or a bellhop, a stately wood elf male. He says, hi, hello, can I help you? Are you here for dinner or checking in?
We're just here for going to step in for a drink. Is there a problem here?
Oh, no. Please
yeah.
don't trouble yourself with that. Our manager, Lystra, is taking care of it. As he says that, you see Lystra say, please, I do not wish to argue anymore. You are disrupting our clientele. We try to keep things nice around here, as that is why there is such an expense. So please, I will just deny you. If you cannot be reasonable, then you will be asked to leave. And he looks really upset and in red face. This is preposterous. You just can't stand in the way of technology like this. And he storms
And-
out, realizing he's making a scene, and storms up the stairs towards his room.
Okay, is there shoot, my plan. There it goes.
Is Finn looking at this guy?
I'm watching him go up
all
and then
eyes
looking
are
back.
on him, because the only people who are in there right now is it's not the same family of Kenkus, but it is another almost completely identical family of Kenkus. This one has a daughter though, and the kids are actually young, and even though they're dressed like fancy little rich kids, they are at least less strange than like the 40-year-old one who was dressed like a little schoolboy who had the bag of teeth, I think.
Oh yeah. Please.
So there are some just high fancy looking people in there who are all enjoying the show.
I'm going to, if I may, go past the person greeting us up to Lystra.
Yeah, as soon as Lystra turns, she's going to spot you guys and come over and shake each of your hands, but is going to apologize most profusely for what happened to you guys the last time you were here. Not the last time Wei was here, but specifically how your last stay was abruptly cut short simply because of, the Firebeards and everything. She's an avid newsreader and was on top of the fact that it had all been staged and stuff with the statue, and now you guys are donating the statue. Word has spread. So she is just forever just completely mortified that things went the way they did. And she'd like to, bring you all like some drinks and some appetizers too, or whatever you would like at the table if you would like to come in for dinner. She knows you have your own accommodations at the Squawking Sailor, or so she's heard, but yeah, she's ever so sorry for how that happened. Yes, please, if there is anything I can do to make your stay with us tonight more meaningful, just let me know.
Well, I feel like there's been a bit of a misunderstanding here with my friend with the camera you were just speaking to. You see, I don't, maybe he's shy, you know how photographers can be. I invited him here to run a advertising campaign for you guys, we're as a part of our initiative to help Jarek spawn.
Okay, make a deception check.
Don't fail me now. Love it.
With the 26, she looks at you so with surprise. Oh, is this the reason? You are going to do a surprise ad campaign for our hotel? Oh, I did not think of this. And he did not say this. He simply went on and on about technology and art and preservation and things that I could not care about. I just wished him to stop. But if this is truly part of Mayor Ronnie's plan, she looks to Mayor Ronnie for confirmation.
Finn also looks to Mayor Ronnie expectantly.
Ronnie smiles and says nothing.
Ronnie, make a charisma save. Just straight up
No.
charisma save.
+4, I'm right next to you.
Not guidance. Fuck the bardic.
You cast Bardic in front of her.
I sneeze and it comes
Yeah,
out as
and a heart
sparkles
appears
at
on
Ronnie.
Mayor Ronnie's forehead.
What are we doing? A charisma save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Plus
wow.
4,
Okay. Plus
okay.
4, 21.
21.
Okay, yeah, you don't even need the bardic. It's just a heart on your face, unused right now. She's like, oh, I did not know you were bringing such style and new ideas and innovation to town. I thought you just left and perhaps we were at our own devices. I did not wish to hope, but now I see you even think of us. You want to help us even though we were already successful in the old regime. That is so kind. Yes, please. I will Here's what I will do. I will go up to his room immediately and I will apologize to him on behalf of
Oh.
myself and of the whole establishment. How does that sound?
Oh, no. That is so kind of you, but I think I can do the explaining myself. You know, nerdy, shy types don't love the, the,
Is
brain
Finn trying
blanking
to
on a
figure out
word.
how she can compliment the hostess without insulting herself?
No, but that's hilarious. I'm trying to figure out to not alert him that I want to have him alone.
Wow.
Maybe. No.
Damn.
Sorry, Way.
He's just really sensitive. You know, let me take care of it. We're good friends.
Oh, I see. I did not know you had that kind of relationship.
Of course we do. Me and Gerald. Go way
Gerald?
back.
Gerald?
That is not the name he told me when he checked in.
Right, cause shy, you know.
I
It's his art name.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
When the lies
Attack.
happen before the reasons for the lies.
It was my first day back at work. I'm doing my best. Deception, please. Yes.
Ah, so he used the name Gerald? I see. So his artistic persona is different. Perhaps he is very famous, and this is why. And here I am insulting him. Oh, I must go upstairs and apologize to him immediately. She starts heading off.
No. I'm gonna follow her.
Oh, yes, good. Good. Come with me. We can explain this together.
Uh-huh. She'll look back at everyone, just give a thumbs up.
Okay, she takes you upstairs and goes to her room midway down the hall and knocks gently. Gerald? Mr. Gerald? There's no answer. She knocks again. Oh, Mr. Gerald, I'm so sorry for my behavior. He opens the door. Gerald? Who is this Gerald? What are you talking about? Oh no, I'm sorry. I did not mean to blow up your spot like that. Oh, I am so ashamed. I know.
Don't worry, Gerald. She's not gonna ask for an autograph. She just came to apologize for her atrocious behavior in the lobby. I'm like giving the guy a look.
Give a persuasion check to quote unquote Gerald for him to play along.
Okay. That's fair. Yes, Gerald.
20. Okay, not a nat 20, but a dirty 20. So an 8. That's how much you.
I love this. I love being a bard.
He looks at you like, right. My friend here and I are good friends. He looks at you, not sure what he's supposed to agree with, but he's on board
Absolutely
trying.
wonderful friends who are running a super high class advertising campaign for the Yoho Chateau.
Right.
Which is why we were taking pictures.
Yes, of course. That's absolutely right. So it's totally okay that I take the pictures because of the thing that she said. Yes, she made this abundantly clear. And I can tell from your rapport that you know each other very intimately. She winks at him. He blushes and then looks to Finn and then looks at his shoes and is like, well, it's a professional relationship. I don't know. Well, I would like to bring you a free dinner on the house from us as a way of saying, yes, of course, please take as many photos as you want and make us look nice and beautiful so we get lots of new tourists from Grand Haven.
Of course, as a council member, I'm just happy to help.
No, Finn is not a council member.
I was gonna like, no one else is there. But does Finn know she's not on the council?
It's not a deception if you believe.
It's as far as she's concerned.
Yeah, as far as she's concerned. I mean, she
Make
already
a
made that
deception
deal
roll
with
against
Gomer.
yourself.
Yeah, how do I?
It's
I lie to
amazing how
myself. How do I
corrupt you
roll?
guys got within a week of having this job. I guess that's no surprise.
Is it surprising?
See, Mayor Ronnie's just like Eric Adams. Didn't do a thing wrong, right, Chad?
It's so unfair. You keep Ronnie's name out of your mouth when you talk about that man.
Hey, he did the hard work of flying to Mar-a-Lago to ask the king for a pardon.
Hey, he needed to find the AI to translate to vulnerable communities.
What?
Only one of you is allowed to talk to me about this man, and I'm not hearing from her right now. The rest of you.
I'm just waiting for Finity to be like, hey, he had some good ideas and just start a New York war in the group
Affinity
chat.
has nom flashbacks.
Meanwhile, Oz is having nom flashbacks to particularly good candy he had. So at this point, Listra's gonna go away and start helping order up the specialty dinner that she is planning to bring him. You currently
chocolate covered strawberries and nothing else.
Yeah, right. You currently find yourself in the doorway with this guy who looks at you with some concern and adjusts his glasses. The camera is still hanging around his. Actually, it's no longer hanging around his neck. It's you can see it on the desk behind him in the hotel room, and he's going to look at you and say, "Well, thank you for that. I didn't expect to run into another friend of the arts and photography, it being such a new medium."
Of course, we're good friends, aren't we? She will cast Charm Person on Pat
This is the second halfling man with something that you want that you've charmed to.
Oh my god.
It's
hopefully it goes better.
Post
it
it in
went
the
so well
chat.
the
I
first
want to know
time,
my
why not
save.
try again? Charm Person. Oh, hold on. There you are. 16.
Oh, sorry, accident.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
Witch!
You're not alone in the room.
I fully thought that was his role, and I was like, no fucking way.
Cool. He summoned Missing No.
Missing No does a repeating attack?
I guess. And yeah, it just repeats 100 calciums in your inventory. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Go great.
He's going to roll a d20 with +1 to wisdom because he did pick up what you were laying down. Natural 1.
Yes, let's go.
Okay,
Fuck
he is so fully charmed by you right now.
He actually thinks that Finn is into him.
Yeah. His eyes glaze over. He's like, I can't wait for our advertising campaign to begin.
This person was already charmed.
That's a really cool camera. Where'd did you get it?
Oh, yes, of course. Since we are working together, I should show you how the camera works. It'll be important
can
for
I
our
hold it?
campaign. He takes you over to it. First, before I let you hold it, I should give you a detailed explanation of how it works. This is shutter speed.
Mm.
This is a lens cap. Here is the crystal that powers it. Inside the crystal is all the memories and information of the photographs you take. It's important to have the crystal and make sure it doesn't shatter. This is the camera strap. You put it around your neck like this to wear it. He puts it around himself. He twirls around. Look at me. I feel so elegant.
You look great. Can I give it a try? Has anyone ever taken your picture?
No, no one would ever want to take my lowly picture. I search for beauty in the world around me because I'm so basic.
That's so poetic. She like has to fight rolling her eyes.
Hide it behind the camera.
Here, why don't you try it?
I-
I'm sure I can trust you, as you are my treasured acquaintance.
You mean best friend? I'm gonna take the camera from him, and I
Make-
will genuinely take a picture of him.
make a I don't even know. It's not really deception, it's more of a charm thing, so make a persuasion roll on when you say best friend. 26. Okay, yeah. Best friend? I've never had a best friend before. Oh, I don't know your name, but I love you. And he wraps his arms around you as you're holding the camera, trying to keep him from smashing it.
Yeah,
You're the best friend
perfect.
I've ever had. Oh, I
I take
treasure
his
all of our
picture,
memories.
and I'm just going to, I'll. You deserve a break. I'm going to take this, complete some shots, and then we can talk about the campaign later.
Wait, where are you taking that? It was very expensive.
Right? How expensive?
Why, it was over 1,000 gold.
Pretty expensive. Not gonna lie.
And it's one of
I'm-
a kind. They don't make this model anymore.
I would never. Now I feel bad. I would never let something happen to your precious camera. Like, what
Of
else
course
are
not. We're
friends
best
for?
friends who love each other very much.
Exactly. I'm so glad we see eye to eye, or lens to lens. She like gives a wink.
He stares at you dreamily, not understanding it.
Perfect. So, just rest up. Maybe go get a massage or something. They're pretty good here. The shampoo. Gotta have the shampoo.
But wait, you didn't say where you were taking it.
Just to the lobby. You'll find me there.
Oh, all right, then I'll come with you.
No, that's not I prefer to work alone.
I'm sorry, but you've done such a good job of reminding me why I love you, even though I can't remember your name, that I feel like I don't want to leave your side ever. He loops his arm in yours. Yes, let's take this photographic journey together.
Can I cast invisibility?
Yeah, you can certainly try, yeah. Cast invisibility.
This is such a bad. This one's okay. This is going interesting. Yeah. Fuck it, we ball.
Okay, cast invisibility on yourself.
Which, because I'm holding the camera, means it also does go invisible at this level, I do believe.
Because
That's not even a level thing. I think there's anything you're wearing or carrying.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so you go invisible, but he still has his arm linked with yours and can still feel your arm. What? What's
I-
happening? Where did you go?
I slink out
Okay, do sleight
of
of
his arm.
hands.
Okay. We got this.
He grips you even tighter, fearing his love is about to go out the window. Wait, no! Don't escape! We have so much more time to spend together. We're best friends, right? Wait, where's
he's
my
gripping
camera?
me, aka grappling me. I can use my scarves to.
Yes, you can! You can! That's what they're there for.
Uh-huh. I'm going to now smokescreen this poor man as I leave the door. Leave out the door.
Okay, so you use your magic trick to twirl out of him, and he's holding scarves. But he still can't see them, so he's like gripping onto something. He's like pulling at the scarves rapidly and visibly, trying to reel you back in like a fish, but you're already out the door. Are you leaving stealthily, or are you just bawling and just running?
I'm running and I'm friendship tattooing. After party's over. Gotta go.
As you do this, he follows the sound of the footsteps coming downstairs. My friend! My camera! They've been kidnapped! He shouts loudly. A bunch of the Kenku rich people gasp in horror. Lystra, who's just come back from the kitchen, gasps in horror too. What? How can this be?
For the record, I would like to say, Ronnie and Ray were looking at the paintings, being like, "So what's so interesting about these paintings?" and trying to figure out, like, did he need them for some reason, or is he just being a weirdo?
You're currently inspecting a painting of a ship being struck by lightning, and it says the Bellow Beard.
Is there anything weird about it?
Make an int save as you're looking at it.
An int save. Fascinating.
Okay, wait. This is the ghost ship. This is a painting of the ghost ship becoming the ghost ship, according to artist rendering.
Holy shit. No wonder he took a picture. I get it now.
But then as soon as they hear Finn yelling this, they will sort of ready themselves to like get behind her in the stairs. Like if when she runs past.
Okay.
To stop anyone chasing her.
Sure. Yeah. She's still invisible and running.
How did this
Look,
happen?
if he can hear her, if this kid can hear her footsteps, Ronnie can tell where she is.
Yeah, like sonar.
Well, I don't think you would necessarily know exactly where she is, but you could, probably get the sense of when she passes you.
I mean, we saw her go upstairs, and then we heard her yell, "Party's over."
Yeah, right.
Through the tattoo.
So, as this unknown Gerald, I guess, question mark, comes down the stairs, Ronnie steps in front of him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you all right?
You can see that he still has like charmed magic in his eyes just by the way they're being like all goofy. He says, "My friend, my beautiful pink friend. She took my camera, and then something made her disappear. Oh, since we're so close, I know she must miss me terribly."
Oh, please, sir, tell me everything. But first, what's your name?
My name? Why, my name is Homer.
Homer. Okay. Good start. What's your friend's name? Walk me through everything that just happened.
Well, that's just the thing. I don't know her name. But I remember all of our cherished memories together. The way we lied to that hotel lady, and then our intimate moment in the doorway. And then a few seconds ago, we linked arms. It was incredible. And it all happened in my hotel room. Oh, don't you wish that you could be with a pink woman in a hotel room like that? He clasps your hand, Way.
I wish I could. That is the dream.
Finn's like right there. Invisible.
Yeah, Finn, make a charisma save to try not to laugh at this. Okay, yeah, you stifle it. Way, by the way, and this guy Homer have they have the same dreamy look in their eyes. One because Homer's charmed, and two because Way is drunk off
Way
his
is
ass
also
right
charmed.
now.
And drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, charmed by Lady Liquor.
Well, why don't we go look for her and you head back up and get some rest in case she comes back to your room?
No, he pounds his
Yes.
fist on the table, but he also
Oh,
hits
boy.
the end of a fork, so it goes flying.
We're in the lobby. Where did you find that?
There's a small dining area in the lobby.
Sir, I don't believe we saw a pink woman come here. Could you describe what she looks like? Maybe we could help you find her?
Yes.
Yes,
She
in
was very.
copious detail.
She was tall and pink.
Can I slap Finn? Can I slap Way
Yeah,
while invisible? Like,
you can try.
not like in the face, just like on the arm.
Yeah, you can.
On the ass.
Yeah, on the ass.
Right.
So. Yeah, you give him a playful slap on the lapel, I guess. And as you do, you see Homer look up and around. He says, "Oh, it's strange. I can almost still smell her intoxicating aroma, like brimstone and sweat."
I walk away.
Also, doesn't she have a necklace that makes her smell nice?
Yeah, where did sweat come from? I'm so interested.
I mean,
Finn says aloud.
You just. What's that? I hear a voice. It's so beautiful. No. Oz?
What voice and what are you smelling? I don't get when you saw her. It's just the four of us who just walked in now. We didn't see anyone.
What? No, that can't be true. I was just talking to the hotel lady about it. He points to Lystra.
Well, there is
He's
that
been over there
performer
doing
at the
hotel lady
Cracker
things.
Jacks. Sometimes there's a pink lady who performs there.
The Cracker
I think I've
Jacks.
heard of her.
Of course. She must have gone back there. Oh, thank you. I'll be right over. He starts heading out the door towards her. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Toast?
That's gonna be a problem later on, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
In the tattoo? Thanks, guys. That was pretty smooth.
Yeah, that was so smooth.
Can Ronnie, as we are heading out, so he walked over, he left.
He ran out the front door, yeah. Assumably to the cabaret.
I think Ronnie looks on, so are we leaving?
Yeah, let's go home.
Okay,
Away.
great.
Are you talking in the
as they leave,
tattoo
they'll-
or out loud
Yes,
as an invisible person?
No, tattoo talk.
Okay.
Ronnie said it out loud to the
Right,
visible
right.
people, but then got a response inaudibly. But then goes over to Lystra if she's back at the. Is she there with us?
Yeah, she's sort of standing about 10 feet away from you guys. Like behind the counter.
And just like puts a gold piece on the counter and is like, "I am very sorry for the strange disturbance. And for the intrusion. But this is such a fascinating piece. Is there anything you can tell me about it? The painting of the ghost ship."
Oh, yes. This tells the tale of the ship Bellowbeard, which was struck by lightning, or so the legend goes. It sank at sea, and it is said to have recurred as a ghost ship. But I have heard it no longer seems as active these days, almost as if something happened to it.
Not as active or not active at all?
Well, there have been sightings, but there have not been any casualties or fatalities. So I hope this
Oh.
is another positive change of Mayorani.
I don't. Anyway, it's you have such wonderful decor and art here. Thank you. Ronnie gets very uncomfortable with that and tries to go away quickly.
Okay. There.
But I think as
Oh.
they walk, getting distracted from this whole Gerald situation. There have been sightings of the ghost ship still? I thought we sank that.
I mean, it's only been like a week and nobody had kind of seen it other than Ed. Probably that shit's gonna.
It's been a week.
Also,
Oh my
something like that. It feels like it's been months, but it's also been like a week.
Yeah, D&D time.
Slow fast. You know how these things are. Also, I'm drunk.
That's right. That's right.
In
of
that
course.
tattoo? Really? I had no idea.
Was that to everyone in the group tattoo or just to
Yes.
Yeah,
us?
it's in the group chat.
Wow.
Oh,
This
Finn,
is slander. Now that you've joined
You-
in, this is slander.
Do you want
Points
to,
in random direction that's probably not Finn.
what? Finn, what just happened?
I don't know. I'm off my game today. I tabbed the camera.
You're still in. I can't see.
Reminder, she didn't tell anybody what she was doing.
No, right? Yeah, she just,
Camera?
yeah, there was no.
Yeah.
You act like you're
You didn't tell
solving
anyone.
something, but
You didn't tell anyone, and you're still invisible.
Yeah, probably best for now.
Okay. I can hear you tapping something.
I wanted the stupid thing is too many buttons. I wanted the camera that guy had. And I was gonna sort of
Why?
barter with him and, maybe get a good deal on
Homer
it.
Gerald?
Homer
Was he-
Gerald. But we
Was
sort
he
of
up to something?
No, he just seemed like a rich kid who was really into art, said the camera was one of a kind, don't really buy that. Probably trying to show off, She's trying to justify it more and more as she
So you
speaks.
just deadass stole from this guy.
I did, but it's okay because
Affinity.
I will pay. I'm gonna pay him back. I'm gonna pay him back when I can. We know his name. It's Homer Gerald.
That's his name?
It's close enough.
Alright. Well, it's not. All right. Well, I'm sorry for taking that tone, Finn. You're right. Of course, if you're purchasing something from someone, that's different than stealing it.
Exactly.
So
I
how
assume
much did
that
you
you
offer
had
for
a-
the camera before you started taking it?
1,000 gold.
That's a lot.
It could be worse, but it's not a little. And I
you
just
know-
thought that a loan would be better in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a choice.
the amount of time Oz has spent trying to make a good fiscal decision in this session, and Finn is just like, just through constant lying, is now on the hook for 1,000 gold for no reason. For like an
Well,
RP
I mean, she's only
item.
on the hook. She's only on the hook insofar as she can convince Ronnie and maybe
Yeah,
Oz
right,
that
because the
she
money's never.
hated.
Yeah, no, we came to a really mutual agreement. Everything is fine. It's not as dramatic as it seems. I just charmed him and he got a little too, attached.
Oh,
Everything's fine.
But he wasn't up to anything? I thought for sure that you were trying to alert us that the pictures he was taking of the art, since it was about the ghost ship, was important in some way. He wasn't nefarious? He was just a guy?
Oh, no, not nefarious. Just a poor soul.
Now he is.
Yeah.
Finn, you don't need a camera. You don't need to spend that money. I'm a Kenku. I can literally copy anything that you want.
It's yeah, which is really cool that you can do that, Oz. I just, it's really good for promotional material and stuff.
Oh my god.
Oz isn't wearing the captain's hat. You can just tell he does not get it as he is holding this between his hands.
It's cool, I promise. I'll show you guys later.
Oz, you just can't get the selfie angle is the thing.
Mm.
Oh my god, sorry, I just imagined
exactly what I see.
holding Oz in one hand and putting him up above you so that he looks down at selfie angle.
Oh my god. It's also, good for guild promotional material and memories, right? We can have a whole wall on in the whatever room where everyone always will be of successful adventurers or something.
Like a recreational room.
Just draw that. We could get so much paper and ink for 1,000 gold.
We could also hire an artist for 1,000 gold.
No, it's different. It's more personal. Better quality.
Way, make
She feels like she's talking to like plebeians. She's like, you don't understand.
She is.
Wait, make a wisdom save.
No.
18. Okay. It's not the same thing because you know her well enough now, but this does give you a bad vibe of the way people in her family at the casino would justify doing anything. Just anything self-serving was actually a good thing. And you're seeing this aspect of her dad and her uncle in her for maybe not the first time, but rarely so brazenly. And so you're seeing this and you're like, okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Oh man, that makes me the player sad because I'm just like, Ronnie and Oz are like, sure, okay. I trust you. Of course I trust you. Why wouldn't I trust you?
Finn, Ray is starting to sober up with the realization. Just you charmed him?
Just a little bit.
How long does that last?
An hour.
So for an hour, we have to worry about a charmed guy running around looking for his pink best friend?
Well, yeah, but he's gone now. So
he's still in town.
And what did you know about this encounter after the fact?
Yeah. It's not perfect magic. I'm not a wizard like some of us.
No. I'm asking what happens when the hour hits midnight.
He gets mad, probably.
So it's probably going to be more than 1,000 gold.
I didn't want it to be like this. I tried to be
I'm literally
reasonable.
just a girl.
Right, we can fix this. No, we can fix this. Oz points to Finn. You never existed. You never talked to him. He's just crazy and hearing things.
Or, I do feel bad. I don't want to just fully rob him. If I do a show, I could probably make enough to just pay him back.
You could just put the camera back in his room and we act like none of this ever happened.
No.
Yeah, what if we just hired him to be our camera guy? He follows us around and takes pictures sometimes.
But he's
That makes me
annoying.
feel very weird.
He doesn't have to like actually follow us around, but he can like show up sometimes, and we'll monster and we'll take pictures.
Can't
Look,
we just look for a cheaper camera?
After having impulsively invited someone to join our guild in a way that I think went seriously awry, I think maybe we should be more cautious about who we invite to be part of our business ventures.
Wait, now I'm confused. Which person are you referring to?
The jewelry man. He didn't actually introduce himself.
We were gonna have Lonai in the guild?
Hey, that's a great
Who's
idea.
Lonai?
Oh,
He's a
Oz, you're
very
gonna love
enthusiastic
Lonai.
jeweler.
Okay.
But I don't
He's-
think he's going to join. It's fine. I'm sorry. I should never have done that without consulting with you all. But
No, that was a good
No,
call,
that would have been
Ronnie.
awesome.
I just think we should be careful about. We don't know anything about Lonai's background. Ronnie in their head cult.
None of you mentioned him. I don't know who this is.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't gone to the jewelry store in the bazaar, that's why. Because that's where he is, and he's very enthusiastic. And good at his job, I think, but he has some stuff going on. And anyway, I just think we should be careful about who we invite to be part of the guild.
Right, which is why I
Including
should keep the camera, because we don't
Homer
need any
Terrell.
extra people.
So don't hire a random merchant to undercut the nut salesman, okay?
I'm just realizing now how many separate trips you guys have been on today with all this insanity. Like, and just the
Or
amount
maybe let's just not commit to any decisions tonight when I'm plastered.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Also, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Oz, but yes, I think it would be great for the merchants here if there was stability and they were able to really count on sort of, the town working in a regular way, since we don't want to have to be here to run everything. And when they
Right,
say we, they are
stability.
very anxiously like, you hear them say me.
Oz and Affinity, I need you both to make wisdom saves right now.
Because of Ronnie's guilt trip?
Yeah. Finn, you figured
That's a dirty
that
20 from Finn and a 24, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure whether or not the deal that you made with Gomer will result in stability, but because it helps the merchants and the merchants are on the council, yeah, you can see how it could work that way. And Oz, you remember what the Captain Reginald said when he was talking about the other merchants of town perhaps not liking it if you guys undercut him, and that I had to keep secret. So with that in mind, and with your wisdom save, you are basically thinking now, I should probably be very careful about how and when I say it. You like look around compulsively. At this point, you guys are sort of well, which way are you headed? Or are you guys just sort of outside?
Not past the Pink Pony Club.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should go back to Seafarer's Bazaar and just be in public for a little bit without Finn.
What?
Because Finn's still
Well, no, just
invisible,
because you're
right?
still invisible, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or with Finn. Either way, if it's just creating an alibi. I feel like there was a pause, and Ronnie's like, I mean, I know about alibis. Like, we do subterfuge together. I just don't like lying.
I don't like lying either, Ronnie.
Oh my god, make a deception
It just
check.
turns.
30. She seems honest, but you know she's not. It sucks. Who is this?
No, I got a nat 20 insight.
Nice. Nat 20 insight. Yeah, you definitely know she's full of shit, but she really likes lying.
I think Ronnie respects the 30 and doesn't call her out, but goes, Regardless,
Oh.
I think it's fine if Finn is with us when we establish an alibi at the Seafarers again. We weren't gone too long. People may not have even noticed how long we were gone.
If you really want me to put the camera back, I guess I will. She said, like, trying to make herself sound sad.
Pouting so aggressively. But
And
you're
do
still
you know
invisible, so
how
no one
many
can see.
days of feed for the birds that would pay for?
Well, we're definitely not
Oh.
selling it if that's what you're getting at.
I think we should
Right.
leave here before that person stops being charmed. Before Homer Gerald stops being charmed.
We'll have drinks ready for you at Seafarers.
Let me roll something real quick. Alright, fine, I'll go put the stupid camera back.
Wait, hold on before you go. Wei pulls out the pair of rings and he's like, before anything else happens, put this on, and he puts the other one on, just like a ring, like a pointer finger, and he's gonna cast Warding Bond. He's like, I'll go with you.
Is this a tracking device? What is this?
No, it's just so if shit hits the fan, you don't get hurt.
Well, if we don't need to establish an alibi, then we can also just wait for you.
She, like, and she's invisible, but she blushes a little bit. It's just a nerd with a camera. I'm not, what?
I also have been trying to figure out how to give this to you, and I'm too drunk to think of an idea. Please take it.
She allows it.
I imagine, again, he's holding it out, does not know if it's in front of her. It's probably not.
Yeah, she has to, like, come around the side and takes it.
Oh.
Alright, I guess on the super sneaky mission to return the camera.
So, with Warding Bond, those are not consumed, right? You can use them again.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be insane if I
You
ate
do
the
have
ring.
to be wearing the rings for it to be for it to work.
Right. But the rings are not consumed when the spell ends.
No.
Okay, so you guys now have Warding Bond activated. Finn is invisible. Wei is drunk. You guys are sort of like by the bridge at front of the Yoho Chateau. You know that your quote-unquote charmed adversary, represented now by the poly token, is somewhere somewhere near the Yoho Shack, or I'm sorry, somewhere near Cracker Jack's Cabaret. So what's the plan? These two are going back in to try to do a reverse heist, and you guys are doing what? Oz and Ronnie and Kel.
I think we should maybe go to the Seafarers Bazaar, says Ronnie to the other two squares. And just remind people that we've been there all evening, all of us.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, are you coming with us? Did you just cast a spell that you needed to, or did you actually need to be here?
I actually, now that I think about it, I do need to be in range, so I will see you guys later. And honey, if anyone tells you any weird shit, you just nod.
Okay, I'm gonna walk way back over to Usei.
Okay.
And be like, Usei, would you mind keeping an eye on him for a second?
He's gonna have one of those private
shortly.
talks again.
What? Oh, what?
Last time he was here,
Yeah,
he
wait.
had a private talk.
Yeah,
with
Ray
someone.
just gives a thumbs up and nods.
Who did you have a private talk with?
It's like some
It's fine.
tiefling guy.
It's fine.
Ronnie narrows their eyes, but doesn't push it right now. No, I think he just. Unfortunately, I need to run, but he needs to just like stay still and stay standing for a little bit to catch his breath.
Oh yeah, he looks drunk
And
off
then
his ass.
Wei will walk up and like super lean on Usei. He's like, "Hey, bud, we cool
Oh
now?"
God, you really want me to put him in there? He's gonna make an ass of himself.
No, I would love if you would just let him stand out here with you so he can just have good air.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Finn will decloak. Don't worry, I'll just be
Ah! What the hell? What are you guys trying to pull?
Oh,
She'll be
sorry,
right out
magic
for him.
trick. Ta-da!
Jeez.
But we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. And
Okay.
they go away.
Why can't
Hopefully
they
with
just
Kellen
lean
us.
on each other? Why is he gotta lean on me?
She's small.
They're the same height.
Yes.
You ask
We need
so
He's got
many
pointy
questions.
horns.
bigger.
What if I accidentally trip?
Ronnie is already
You'd
gone.
probably
at this
hit her
point.
in the chest because you're the same height.
Yeah, but that would be inappropriate. We're coworkers, and we don't have HR.
That's not what I meant. Ugh.
Finn has already gone in the door.
Hey, what are you doing? He
So,
grabs
any
your
good
arm.
gossip?
What? Am I not allowed? I have important business to attend to.
Like
She
what?
wanted to look at the painting one more time. She can't look at the painting?
Ugh. He he tilts the door open. Hey, Lystra, these two want to come back in. Lystra scratches her head. What? But I did not see, Miss Affinity, I believe it was, leave in the first place. How curious. He looks at you, having just seen you become invisible, and like stares daggers at you.
Yeah, just, found this outside. Think my friend dropped it here. Hands Lister the camera. Give it back to him when you get a chance. Cool things.
Oh, yes, of course. I shall hand it right to him. I hope you got a lot of good shots of the exterior for our wonderful advertising campaign. When should I
Oh.
expect to see it?
Actually, hold on one second. Just one more. She'll take the camera and then, with drunk Wei and Usei in the front, we'll take a picture of the Yo Chateau. Okay, perfect. There you go. I don't know. Talk to Gerald. He's good at all that stuff,
I'm gonna tattoo to Affinity, like, Homer. His name's Homer.
Right, Gerald
I call him
Homer.
Gerald.
Homer Gerald.
Oh,
some
yes.
know
His
him.
secret code name. I remember it well. She winks at you.
She gives a half-assed wink back.
She puts the camera behind the counter. Is there anything else?
No. She walks out wistfully.
As you start to walk back, Ronnie, where did you go? Did you and Oz and Kel go back into Seafair Bazaar?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are in there and are getting swarmed by, as soon as you enter, getting swarmed by people who are cheering.
I would say, if it's possible, I would have liked to try to go in not through the front so that we can theoretically pretend that we've been there for a long time.
Sure, you can sneak in the back or the side entrance. Probably the back is less cumbersome, but you can do either.
Ronnie is not sure they can find the back, and they also don't want to interact with Lonai right now.
Gotcha. Well, there's still, you can go in the back left and still get through. So you guys make it in there, and so Wei and Finn are still outside the Yaho Chateau, right? And Wei's playing it up, but still kind of drunk. And you guys meet up, the rest of you meet up with Yorkus inside. He's a little sauced, a little tipsy now. He raises a mug to you. And a bunch of people start singing what seems to be a hastily written chant in the style of, like, soccer chants. or
Not in
European
the style
football
of a sea
chants.
shanty.
No, not a sea shanty, but more like a barroom, like recitation, like not melodic so much as rhythmic, and it's all about Mayor Ronnie and how strong Mayor Ronnie is. They keep
Does it
saying,
include any of the shenanigans that Wei was
"Oh yeah,
telling?
it includes a surprising amount of them, stuff you don't recognize." It basically has a refrain that's like, "Mayor Ronnie, strong, strong, strong. Why we had to write this song." And then there's a part where fought the Spinosaur, fought all dinosaurs, fought the dragons in space, stopped the Great Space War. There's a lot of confusing things, Ronnie, that don't seem to make sense to you. But you can tell the enthusiasm's there, and
That's
they're very
fine.
excited
Most things
to
don't make
yell
sense
this
to
at you.
Ronnie.
Yeah, right. Some people now attempt to lift you up in the air and parade you around.
I'm very heavy.
Yeah, it's like a mosh pit crowd of people picking you up.
Yeah, I feel like they are going to be so tense in a way that's probably not helpful, but that's like the idea of like a full grown adult being like uncle being picked up by like 6 tween cousins. Like they can do it, but it's not great.
You're carried around. There's a lot of surprisingly burly pirates and sailors there that all pick you
Okay.
up. Some
Okay.
dwarves,
All right. Okay.
and orcs. Make a dexterity save.
Do 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 do.
Okay.
All right.
As you feel a little jingle, and as you look down, you see an elvish teenager who's been trying to pick your pockets as you go through the
I
crowd.
was literally just typing into the PC chat. Sorry, Matt. I feel bad. I don't want to every time people like run into me or anything be like, I check my pockets. But I was like, oh god.
I mean, it's a pirate town. You have rights.
Yeah, no, the first time we came here, Kel got both tricked and I think mugged.
It's bound to happen. So, yeah, you basically turn and see as you're going by this teen with wide eyes and then like a smile like sorry, and then like dart back into the crowd, and you're still like being propelled through the crowd like, dead
Yeah, no, I just have
Superman or
my hand in my
Jesus.
pocket.
Yeah, right, yeah. um so this goes on until you reach the mouth of the fish, and then they start to tip you off, but they're like, another round, and they start sending you back through the crowd again. Do you stop this, or do you let them parade you around like a puppet?
Where are Oz and Kel? You know,
Uh,
the people
uh,
that I came with.
Kel is going to be posted up at the bar laughing at this while chatting with Yorkus about what you guys have done today, and Oz is doing whatever Oz wants to be doing.
Oz is with the crowd that's lifting up Ronnie. Of course, not tall enough to do anything, but when they yell another round, Oz is joining in.
There's also a lot of discarded teeth around here, being a pirate bar. You're noticing this bag could get even fuller should you want it to.
Oz
Okay.
is distracted by shiny teeth. He will go off on an adventure to go collect those.
Gold teeth, silver teeth. You could
All right,
build a
then I
whole
think
map.
Ronnie probably will sort of shift enough that it's like almost impossible to keep carrying them and be like, oh, that was so much fun. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. And then I'm thirsty. And
Everyone
go back
cheers,
to the
and
bar.
everyone just starts handing you like hundreds of pitchers, or at least not handing you, but offering you. As if like most of them are just, it's like a symbolic gesture. Basically, they're all saying you can drink from my glass just so I can brag about it.
No, I couldn't possibly. Please, no. Just trying to move through the crowd as the biggest person possibly there. or other than, of course, Lodi, but I don't know if he's there. Going through just, no, of course, please, no, say, that's yours, I couldn't. And just getting to the bar and trying to, like, hide behind Cal.
As you approach the bar, Gomer T. Dribble is going to be looking at you, and he looks like happy, but also red in the face, like in a nervous way. Give him an insight check if you would like. All right, it's unclear. You're a little bit frazzled by what's going on, but he turns to you lot and is like, this might be pushing it as far as free drinks go, but you did clear out the haunted house, so he murmurs.
No, that's
sorry,
fine. I'm happy to pay. Is everything all right?
Oh no, it's fine. You don't have to pay for everyone. I know that would be an expense, and I did say free drinks. I should have put more stipulations on that coupon, but hey, it's all right. After all, I've worked out that deal with your associates, so I know big things are coming for the merchants in the future. He winks at you.
What? Of course. I think Ronnie fully says what, and then goes, of course, right. They got caught up. Could you remind me of the details?
Well, it wasn't so put in stone, but I offered a bit of information for your tiefling friend in exchange. She promised to help back the merchants and their needs.
Well, you know how important the merchants are to the city council and to the well-being of Jarexman. I'm always happy for anyone to speak in front of the council so that the council members can determine. I think they're like making hard eye contact with him, like, you're a council member, don't be weird about this. Like, council members can determine what is right.
Make a straight charisma roll to see how well you are at connoting the implication to him.
Come on. All right, that's fair. I used my D20. I used my nat 20 to know that I was being lied to by
my friend. He looks at you with a knowing smile. Ah, yes. And I can see now that you understand the merchant's worth too. Perhaps I shall set aside a special present for the mayor. He winks at you.
That's deeply not necessary and probably inappropriate.
You're right. We should be discreet. He winks at you again and goes off to serve some other people.
I think Ronnie just puts their head down on the bar. It's probably gross, but they do it anyway. And just feel like ale seeping into their fur.
Hey, everyone, do the Ronnie. Like me, I'm the Ronnie. Everyone else puts their heads against the bar, too.
Hearing this, Ronnie wants to put their head further into the bar, but instead will just sit up and be like, no, don't do that. That's fine.
A bunch of people smile at you lovingly with dumb looks in their faces, and they're half their head covered in like just leftover lettuce. It's calamari tentacles. Refuse and food and sopping beer and spilled water and shit. But they don't care. They're just happy to be in your presence. Meanwhile, Finn and Wei, you've exited the Yoho Chateau, and Finn has just rejoined Wei after dropping off the camera with Lystra. Finn and Wei, what is your goal now?
We good?
Yeah. She's pouting still.
Wow.
She's like moody about it.
Hey, whatever. We'll probably find a better camera with blackjack and hook, whatever.
I understood that reference.
Maybe.
Hey, what's his face? Gnome guy, bomb guy. What if he could make us a camera?
Gnome guy? Bomb
From
guy.
the
Are you mixing
Grim-
Slythe with gnome?
I think he means the guy from
No.
the Under Tavern. Grim.
Yes.
Iron, whatever.
Yes.
One of those weirdo, what are they
Dirt
called?
pile.
Grim.
Shitheads? Oh.
No, Grim's he's not as much of a dickhead. He's like second least dickhead. No, third. He's third.
So
Third
really,
least? I'm not there.
Third least dickhead. Darius,
Friendship
Bram,
tattoo,
Grim.
Ronnie. Ronnie's head.
Ronnie
Ronnie's head is against the fucking counter and is like third least dickhead.
Way is talking out loud and in the tattoo simultaneously.
Yeah, Way is too good at it now. He doesn't know how to turn it off. He only knows
Just
how
got
to turn
access.
it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it's Way is just on speakerphone all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Way's gonna have a private moment with a dirty magazine later that is gonna be broadcast to everyone on Bluetooth. It's gonna be a real problem.
I thought you were gonna say the dirt pile.
A dirt pile magazine.
There's only one subscriber to that, and it's Eric.
And it's all photos of him.
Yep.
This is just a lot
You
of
know-
your erotic self-fan art.
I really thought doing the right thing was supposed to feel good, but now I just want a camera even more.
Well, get a camera. Chill. We had a camera.
It's true.
Yeah, and then Yorkus broke it.
That's not
Broke
what
it?
happened.
Is that what happened?
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
I'm sure it's what Finn thinks is
Don't
happening.
mind me.
It was
That's-
evidence. It was bank property. They sent it back to Grand Haven with the proof that the statue was yours.
I just
But
had
then
to say, I was like,
her perception of
did
things.
that happen?
Yeah, it's like I don't even know anymore. I'm just rolling with it.
Finn,
called
roll
yes
deception
and.
against 4.
That's not how D&D works.
Called yes and. Okay. Fine. We'll get a different camera, and at least if we get a new one, we can like customize it or whatever, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and look at it this way. First little weird halfling guy, he got us a camera. Second halfling guy, he got us. Third little weird halfling guy, he's our lucky little halfling guy. He get us the camera.
Ruthie, your mic is cutting in
Okay.
and out.
Okay.
Maybe that's fine because Way's being mildly racist, I guess.
Yeah.
Halflings be.
I was trying to make a
loving
Disco Elysium reference.
Oh shit!
Really?
I'm sorry,
Oh.
my bad. I have not played.
Okay.
Wait, what's the
only
reference? I
heard the
love that
best.
game.
It's in my to-do.
The third racist is our lucky racist. There's context, I swear.
Yeah. That game is a masterpiece. It's truly one of the best. I truly that's one of my few 10 out of 10 games without a doubt.
Oh man, I gotta get to it.
I don't know if
Huh?
you would like it as much, Ink, because it's not
The
not
art
very.
is definitely I enjoy the art.
I love the art,
And the story is
Yeah.
really good.
but it's like an old school adventure game, so it's not very
But it's-
like active.
It's
but
got like really good art and story, so I don't know if you'd like it.
I don't
no.
know if you're like sophisticated enough for.
I just feel like Ink has very little video game time, so something that would be easier to get into and out of and play in like 15-minute
It is
spurts.
a slower start.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, you can do it a lot of ways. I mean, you can like die looking at a ceiling fan in that game in the first 10 minutes, right?
You
Like-
can have a kid insult you and then you die. Yes, no, I am familiar.
Whoa, that sounds
It's-
fun to me.
Yeah,
That
it's
has
it's
happened to
amazing.
me, I think.
But it is a slow burn, so you have to sort of know that going in. Like I love it because it
Cool.
comes from like the old school adventure game, Monkey Island, LucasArts type games, and it's just like a modern version of that. It's so good. But okay, so Oz is picking up teeth, right? And Finn and Way are out front. and
We're
Ronnie's
plotting to
getting
get our camera.
right.
Mhm.
So as you guys are doing this, I need you guys to make a actually wait, what's your passive perception?
Not great. It's a 10.
Okay. 5. Okay. You guys both hear the murmuring and stumbling of Homer slash what did you call him? Cherith Cute Story?
Oh no! It was Homer.
Gerald.
Gerald?
Gerald, right. It
Gerald.
wasn't I thought it was Gerald. It's
Mhm.
Gerald. That was the name
yes.
Finn gave him. So Gerald is gonna come over here and is going to start approaching, still murmuring aloud, looking for his lady love. How do you guys want to respond? It feels like he hasn't spotted you yet, and you have time to react.
I'm going to disguise myself to look like Finn from the beginning of the campaign. So Finn, but slightly different. Like the purple hair and the kind of the more like piratey look.
yeah. Right.
What? I go invisible.
Shit, I was gonna play it off like he was super drunk.
Oh fuck! Never mind. I uncloak.
Just
Who needs
burning
spell slots?
Yeah.
Who needs them?
So he comes up and sees two seemingly pseudo-identical tieflings, and he looks between you and says, but he knows innately because of the charm spell which one is which.
Damn it.
Oh fuck! I go invisible.
He's like, my pink lady, you've written, and then you would go invisible again, and he turns to the other Finn. What is this sorcery? You've changed your hair.
Are you okay? Have you had something to drink?
No, I never do imbibe such things. It can affect my photography.
Oh, okay. It just you're talking to thin air.
What?
And I gesture to where Finn was.
No, that can't be true. I spoke with her earlier, and
What was her name?
well, she never told me her name, but she's my closest friend.
She's your closest friend, but she never told you her name?
Okay, make a deception check with advantage on this guy.
Make a gaslighting check.
Yeah, gaslighting. 31. Okay.
Oh my god, wreck.
Okay, so with 31, he grabs at his head as the camera goes into a Dutch angle and the world darkens around him. No, it can't be. The love of my life was just a figment of my imagination. A mental break caused by me being denied to use my camera. But that would mean, if that were true, then the camera, it would still be in the hotel. He runs past you.
He's it. We gotta go.
He runs into the hotel past Usei, who's like, hey! And as he holds the door open, you see Lystra's face light up and say, yes, monsieur, we have your camera right here. He falls to his knees. No!
Cool. Yep, that's our cue. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Jeez it, let's get out of here. I think for the bit, I'll drop the disguise self when I see the rest of the party and I remember.
Okay. So you guys all meet up back in the bar, right? Just a normal day of gaslighting. Ruining a man's mental health.
What? If it was that easy, he had other problems.
He might have. You don't know. You just robbed him.
I did not. I keep back.
Temporarily, we
That
brought
doesn't
it back.
negate the crime. What are you talking about?
Of course it does.
All right, whatever. You guys are all back together. Let's wrap things up for there, unless Oz has found something interesting or wants to make a search for treasure check on teeth.
Oz is just happily, just whenever the party leaves, walking out of the bar with his bag like twice as full as it was before, happily jingling it.
Oh my god.
I got more teeth.
Ronnie, you see two Finns walk in the bar, classic Finn and new Vogue Finn. And you're concerned by this, but it's maybe the 15th concerning thing you've seen today, so you're not sure how to process it.
Yes. Well, Ronnie is annoyed at both of them.
Let's leave it there. Two annoying Finns. Kel is now in wild shape, getting drunk as Kelk. That's my RP. He doesn't have to burn a wild shape on it, but all right, let's call it for there. Thank you very much. I don't know who's missing next week. Maybe somebody is. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. Anyway, let's go on a raid. Let's go over to Rockstar Lexi doing some Marvel Rivals. Okay. Yeah, and thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week, right? All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, rating.
We accomplished so much, guys.
What's strangest is I notice you guys enjoy it more when I don't plan anything. I'm just like, I'll just make it up as I go, I guess. But that's easier to do in a town like Jerixbon where we've accomplished everything and like